All right, almost ready. Hey, FBI ex-operative, how's it going? It's getting ready. Just had dinner. And then spent a little longer with the pre-stream setup. Usually I try to get going really quick, but a little bit of a delay today. Hips and leg and foot's really bugging me. I'll have to work a little early. A little calmer music going, and we should be good to go. Music. And I put on something more calming. Alrighty, that should be good. Jump right into it. Where's tarot? Okay, welcome back, everyone. We're continuing more tarot readings off the queue. If anyone would like to redeem one, you can use channel points. You can subscribers get one free for the stream. You can donate. Well, not donate, a tip or cheer bits equal to $5 that can get you a reading. But if not, just sit back and lurk. Feel free to enjoy the readings, and you get enough channel points, you can redeem one if you would like. A couple of beers after the obligatory hours at the mines. Our customer got a new contract, so they dropped 100K order lines on us. Yikes. Well, at least that sounds promising. I hope. Hope that's a good thing. Sounds like a good thing. I think. Alright, 5 minute mark. 5. Okay, the first reading is going to be for Lotus Cream Cheese. And Lotus Cream Cheese, I do a 5 card spread. Kind of tells a story from your life, book, reading your script, whatever terminology you like to use. And it just unfolds the story pretty much. And the second, each card slot represents something. The first one, let's call it the Singy factor. I think it might be abbreviated for a significance factor or something. Second card's the obstacle, or like the bump in the road or something you have to pay attention to, or like maybe a warning. Third card's positive influences. The fourth card is the near future, and the fifth card's the far future, or more like the long-term results of everything. FBI says they're leaving next year, but any work is good means we don't have to fire people for now. Okay, that is good, because, yeah, shit gets scary. All right, I'm using an animal deck. Pretty cool deck. Almost every card in this deck, I think there's like 76 or 8 cards, were done by different artists, so it's a huge collab. And I bought it last year from Clover Puff's table at Anthrocon. Yeah, we'll just take it slow and see how it goes. So we start off with the Page of Wands, represented by a Quokka. Quokka. Don't know why I have trouble saying that. Cute little feller, as some people would say. But let me just pull up the chart and get the complete meanings. Assuming the site wants to load. I should probably download and write down my own chart instead of going to a website in case it's ever down. Okay, Page of Wands. Okay, Page of Wands. Ideas, potential, inspiration, excitement, passion, enjoy life, good news, courage, enthusiasm, resourceful, new ideas, growth. So pretty cool start. You have ideas what you want to do. You're inspired, you're hyped, you're psyched for all the things. Not really much more to say on that one other than good job. But we'll dig deep. I'll go into a little more detail in a minute. Let's fix this. Sorry. So encouraging. So basically, you have ideas. You want to do the things. You kind of know where you're going. Might be a little scary. Hence the good news, or encourage that you're taking to take the leap of faith, I guess. It says you enjoy life. So you're being resourceful. So maybe a little crafty. Maybe low like finances, but you know how to manage your money. The important part is growth, and you're into it. So we're gonna move on. FBI says, not gonna lie, I'm starting to like straight jackets in a new way. BRB, grab me a cold one. Oh yeah, in what way might that be? But yeah, we'll get to the second card. The second card is gonna represent the obstacle. Not necessarily used against you, but maybe something in your life is blocking you, impeding you, something kind of holding you back. So we're just gonna look at it and see what it says, but I play this card in reverse, and reverse cards have alternate meanings. So, and there we get the Eight of Wands featuring a blue-tongued skink. And it's going to look like this on the board. And let me just quickly pull up the Eight of Wands. We can get a better description. Too naughty to say, understandable. Okay, normally it means action, movement, and change, and forward momentum, like you're quickly doing all the things, but it's in reverse, so let's see what it has to say. Not in control, you're moving too fast, miscommunication, issues with travel, issues with plans, forcing an issue, feeling overwhelmed. So maybe life's got you in a tailspin, topsy-turvy, tornado, chaos, whatever you want to call it. Even though you know what you want to do, you feel overwhelmed. You try to make things happen, but just everything just seems like it's not going right, and then you might fall into a little rut of like, why bother, or maybe even questioning yourself, or like self-gaslighting to an extent, or maybe other people are giving you flack. And the worst part is, I guess you're not in. It's the card says not in control. That these things are happening no matter how much you're trying. you're trying to force issues or trying to resolve stuff, or, move on, better yourself, do whatever, but you just can't. It's in someone else's hands, so maybe all you can do is go with the flow. And I don't know, it talks about miscommunication, so maybe, I know communication is a big word, and it doesn't literally mean just verbally talking or writing. It's also understanding and reading the room and the people's body language, and it's much more. It's overall communicating, but people treat it like it's just talking good. So maybe there's issues with someone in your life or even yourself. Maybe you don't even understand or process your own feelings and emotions. You can't communicate that to people, so they can't even understand. But it's just like you're stuck in a big static storm, and it just sucks. And I hope you can get out of it. So now we're gonna move to the third card, assuming assuming you got through it, figured it out. Maybe someone helped you along the way. Either way, good job. And we get positive influences, which is the Four of Swords featuring a crow. So let me pull up that. Four of S words. All right, Four of S words. Rest, relaxation, meditation. You feel recharged, renewed, retreat, slow down, take a break, regroup, withdrawal, pray, contemplate, thinking, getting away, waiting, and patience. So this is like huge card of just saying, almost like, hey, you were burned out. Take a huge step back, relax, have fun, rethink things, reflect on your stuff, and just really make sure you get the rest and self-care that you need. For whatever is coming your way. And that way, when you go into doing something you like or want to do, or other things, jobs, hobbies, passions, people, friends, whatever, you'll be more ready, more calm, less irritable. Just overall better. Just get a good rest and recharge yourself, and get unburn yourself, and maybe thinking about life changes, or maybe what am I going to eat tonight. Just take a huge break, I guess, essentially. And that might be the reward, or from getting out of that negative spiral rut, that you are able now to actually relax and communicate good, and have things actually going good for you. So pretty cool. So now we're going to get to the fourth card, which is the near future. Let's fast forward a little bit to see where you are, where you're going, how you're doing. And we get the Knight of Cups featuring a gecko. So let me go to Cups, and we will go to the Knight. This camera even? I guess it is. Or as good as it's going to get, sorry. Knight of Cups, charming, imaginative, romantic, new experiences, an offering. Imagination, kindness, intuition, follow your dreams, overly optimistic, moody, going with the flow, romantic, and I already said charming. So you're escaping your fantasy. Oh no, sorry, wrong one. That was the So talks about new experiences. So maybe now you feel more pepped up, re-energized, or maybe you just got inspired by someone to do something new or different. But either way, you are going to experience new stuff. Maybe you saw it coming, many things on the back burner you want to try, or maybe just things fall into your lap. That's what an offering, maybe promotion, job, maybe friends, just some kind of an offering to you, like, or someone paying tribute to you, or recognizing your hard work, or just recognizing you as a person. About kindness, or maybe because you're in that terrible rut and had time to relax and stuff, you're now a little bit more kind to people, more compassionate, empathetic, but at least not to let people take an unfair advantage of you. Also, following your dreams, which is pretty cool, and go with the flow. So if you got hobbies, passions, and dreams, you're following them, but you're overly optimistic, so maybe not really planning out as much, and just like, I want to do all the things. And might require maybe more planning, because it also says intuition, so just trust your gut instincts. You know what you're doing, or know what you want to do, even if you maybe don't know exactly what you want in life. Deep down, you know. Well, it talks about being moody, so maybe you are moody or in a mood because you're tired of people's shit, and your bullshit meter is less, or your bullshit tolerance is less. So you're gonna focus more on what you want to do, put your energy to things you want to accomplish rather than, people come to you with small stuff or annoyances. You're just like, dude, I don't got time for this. I have a life to live. I have things I want to do, places to see, things I want to accomplish. It also talks about romantic and charming, so maybe some spark of love in there. It goes to the next level with your relationship, or you meet someone, or you're with someone already. But pretty cool stuff. And now we're going to get to the fifth card, which is the long-term results or end game, final raid dungeon boss ending credits. We get the Ace of Pentacles, represented by a Palawan peacock pheasant. Quite the mouthful. So let us go there. Ace of Pents. Alrighty, Ace of Pentacles. Manifesting abundance, but lack of planning, gifts, talents, financial improvements, prosperity, achievement, marital success, promotion, fertility, good things, manifesting, good investments. So if I had to sum it up quick, it'd be like have a happy ending. It talks about financial improvements, so maybe things are looking better, a lot of prosperity, promotion. So maybe you got a promotion at a job, your friends or family or partner got a promotion. Just good investments. So you're investing your money now, since you're not ahead, but like you're doing in a better position now. You're going to also think about securing more, and you're going to be doing that with investing, but good investments. And it could even be just in people. It doesn't have to be like thinking stock markets or something. It could be investing in people. Say you want to say there's like an artist you like and you want to support their work, you want to see them grow, you might commission them like regularly, or like sub to someone's Patreon. So you're going to be investing in people and their development of their hobbies and passions. Or it could just be like stock markets and stuff. There's good things coming, going around. I like the prosperity and achievements, because then things are nice. This is fine, but in a good way, not that dog meme way. So I like where this ended up, because before it's like, ooh, you fell into a big pit, but you slowly crawled out of it. So pretty cool. I liked it. And now we're going to get a bonus card. This is an Oracle card. It's independent from the reading, but I like to use it to complement it, just as a little extra cherry on top, fortune cookie. And we get William Blake, which represents creativity. So there you go. Tap into your creative stuff and passions and hobbies more, maybe. Just go with the flow. You'll feel more genuine, organic growth, and you're doing more of what you want to do. So it's gonna flow much better. Even if it's quote unquote not as successful, it's still you doing it. So that's gonna feel much more rewarding than doing something you're not thrilled with, or something you don't like, or something you're not willing to do, or something you're forcing yourself to do just for the sake of it. So just, I guess, almost like be true to yourself type of a thing. But yeah, FBI operative, I do enjoy them. I have a couple of them in IRL, and then I also have a fursuit. So it's one of the favorite things is to get in fursuit and the jacket. They make really cool pictures. Just being in the jacket, I get in it for real. So then, if I'm at a con or something, I technically need a handler, just because I don't want to fall, or someone tries to be a wise guy or be a Mr. Funny guy and messes with me. I'll need backup. I'm just going to shuffle, and then we'll get on to the next.
Chimera is Parlnock's persona. She is a husky with a few too loose screws in her head, which
Indeed
is why
I
we have
am.
to keep her in a straitjacket.
Well done. Pish posh. Tut tut. Alright, pull up the next on the queue. 20 minutes, 10 seconds. 20. Should probably update that. Commands. Because now it's all with channel points or subs and stuff, or maybe raids. Commands, where are you? Turco, trivia, where is Taro? Maybe it's on the next page. I'll figure it out later. 2120. Okay, the next reading. Let's see, 20. Wait till it hits 20 seconds. All right, the next reading is for Tummy Ache Survivor Bort. So I do a 5-card spread, tells a story, and I'll explain as we go along. So first we get the Lovers, represented by lovebirds. Come on, camera. So very straightforward card. Trust, healing, relationships, partnerships, business partnerships, sexuality, external validation. But let me quickly pull up the chart, make it get a proper description for us. All right. Love, relationships, values. Partnerships, choices, sharing, trust, healing, sexuality, temptation, commitment, marriage, and business partnerships. So this could be, love is in the air. You found someone, maybe take it to the next level, or someone comes into your life and you feel a certain way about them. Maybe you discovered something about yourself you didn't know, or you didn't know how to feel about someone, and all these emotions are processing through you rapidly. Also talks about potential marriage, but the big thing here is talk about sharing and trust. So getting comfortable with someone to, I guess, make yourself vulnerable, lower your guard, and enjoy someone. Oh, they open up to you, you open up to them. Just by having good company. It talks about commitment. So either you're contemplating committing, because anything we do is a commitment or an investment of our time and energy with someone you want to be with, or again, it could also be something with a job job opportunity that you have to really commit to, maybe a contract work or gig. Also talks about sexuality, so that one's on you. Temptation's a big one, because maybe something looks good, or it's something that might be too good to be true, but you're just, because things are going good, you're all like lovey-dovey or in a better mood. You might be tempted by more things normally than you would otherwise, or something that you wouldn't really pay attention to or care about. Now, I think the temptation comes with maybe the choices and opportunities. But it's just the first card. We have more to go through. The second one's going to be the obstacle. That one is played in reverse. Reverse tarot cards have alternate meanings. It's not necessarily used against you, but saying, hey, there's something cock blocking you, bump in the road, the path, the bridge is broken, difficult raid boss, maybe something you need to overcome in order to proceed. And there we get the Three of Cups, represented by Eurasian Griffin Vulture. If I even said that right. So Three of Cups, let me pull that up. Three. Okay, so normally means fun, achievement, and celebration, and happiness and playful, but it's in reverse, so it's going to mean overindulgence, excess, selfish, withdrawn, endings, unhappiness, unappreciative, independent. So you're strong and independent, but you're pretty selfish, and that could also be just self-centered because you're on your own. So the only thing on your radar might be me, 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 me. I think it's funny because the first card talks about meeting people, new jobs, and trusting. With this card, it's like maybe you got burned by a past relationship or job, and now you're like, it's just better to be on my own and be the lone warrior. Because it also talks about ending, so maybe a relationship or business partnership or even a job ended or friendship might have ended. There's a unhappiness, overindulgence. So maybe your coping mechanism is just to treat yourself a lot, but you're overdoing it. It's about withdrawn because naturally, when you're in a bad mood, or maybe people meant the world to you, but you don't really connect with as many people, you're just like, I'm taking a step back. I got to think. It also talks about being unhappy, so you're unfortunately pretty miserable. But again, I don't know if that's because you're alone or because of life events or circumstances. But it's also talking about unappreciative, which I can understand because shit's going bad or you've been thrown into this rut that it's hard to see the good and appreciate things. It's just like you're almost like a lone survivor and you just like got to do whatever it takes to survive and get by. You're in survival mode, I guess is a better way to say it. So maybe you can work that out. Maybe you can get through it and get to a better place. And that would be the third card, positive influences, which we get the devil, which represents, or the animal is Victorian crown pigeon. So very interesting because this card's pretty negative, or it's like an upside down card. So it's almost like you're getting two upside down cards. But we'll see what message it has to say. And maybe we can work with it or see some good shining silver lining in this. So the devil, addiction, sexuality, and attachment, feeling stuck, negative thinking, dependency, unhealthy attachments, temptation, fear, greed, unhappy, limiting beliefs. So the first card, the lovers talked about temptation. The second card talked about like negative. Sorry, a gnat flew on me. Like, what is crawling on me? Or maybe a small mosquito. I don't know. But that. Okay, anyway, sorry about that. So, this is like the bizarro version of the lover, so that makes sense. What says feeling stuck, negative thinking? Well, naturally, you got to be down in the dumps because, things are hard. You got to feel stuck no matter what you do. It doesn't seem like you can break the cycle or get out or improve your situation. Talks about dependency, so maybe you come to terms you can't do this alone, even though you've been trying, but it's saying that dependency and external validation, you need help. No one ever really does anything alone, but here just saying you are relying on others to help you even just squeak by. Those are unhealthy attachments, so maybe you got into bad habits or something, but I guess the big thing is fear and greed because naturally you're afraid will you ever get out of this? Finances, relationship wise, money, hobbies, passions, time. So you're just afraid, and that's going to cause you to be greedy because you might be holding on. It might, again, you're in survival, go, go, go mode. So even though this is a positive influence card, but the card is more like devastating meaning, and I think it's saying more don't stay in this rut, get the hell out of this stuff now. Here are some things that are afflicting you, break free from these, and hopefully you can better yourself and move forward. And that's where we get the near future, seeing how your journey goes, and we get the Empress featuring the Pomeranian. Let's go. Let's see, Empress, where are you? That's a very good card, just in case you're unfamiliar with tarot cards. Okay, the Empress, beauty, nature, abundance, motherly or divine feminine, nurturing, healing, love, comfort, fertility, good harvest, fortune, success. So this card talks about love, which the lovers talked about in the beginning. But now there's more sense of comfort, maybe, and healing and good vibes. So maybe you met someone met you. Maybe someone was able to help you and comfort you, or maybe you were able to help and comfort someone else. Talks about beauty and abundance. So maybe you got what you need now. Maybe you got a better job, better position in life, better friends, what have you. But you just feel things are going in a good direction. It talks about good harvest and fortune and success. So maybe you're just working harder, better job. You're finally like out of this rut or like pit or long stop in your life in like Cracktown, and now you're able to move on and see the rest of the world. So it's very good that you had a really cool start but a rough middle, but then now as we fast forward, more things are getting better. And now we're going to get to the fifth card, which is long-term results or far future maybe, or end game, end credits, final boss. time, and we get 10 of Pentacles featuring a Sheltie. Let's go down to Pentacles and take a look. 10. All right, 10. Wealth, long-term success, contributing. Traditions, family connection, comfort, stability, safety, wealth, ancestry, financial security, financial gains, inheritance, community, goal reached. So you continue to work hard and make maybe more money, friends, or maybe worked hard to pursue your hobbies and passions more, but you grew more, you did more. Now you're finding yourself. Well, before it was talking about like poverty and rough times, and now it's talking about better spot now, and you even talks about community. So maybe you even start investing other people and helping others pursue and achieve their hopes and dreams, as also remembrance of your gratitude that you were down there before, you know what it's like, and you genuinely want to help some people and help them grow. It also talks about inheritance and family connections and traditions. So maybe you got a free win from somebody, or maybe rekindled with some family members. Maybe things are good now, but I just like the idea of stability and safety and wealth, because it means you're making it after all. You're safe now. You're not in go, go, go survival mode. I'm going to die mode. You're more like, this is good mode. Things are good. And I want to not only further being good and doing good, I want to help others as well. And just, I guess, do good in general, if that makes any sense. But the biggest thing is you increase your financial situation. You're more stable with that. So the fear is over. Not sure how long though this goes for. It could be any amount of time. There's no set amount of time. But that's the rating. And now then we do a bonus card, which is a oracle card. And it complements the reading, but it's independent. The oracle cards, not tarot cards. It's still just something fun to add. We get the wand, concentration. There you go. You're going to concentrate like a laser beam and focus and get your tasks done. Do what you need to do. Inspire people, inspire others. Just you're going to think a lot. You're going to focus on what you're doing. I hope that was cool for you. That was very interesting how you got slammed with the obstacle, and then even positive influences was like a very sussy card, if you will. You got a lot to think about. But now we will start shuffling and get on to the next. Alrighty. Let me pull up the queue and see what we're at. 3410. Okay, this one's for Hungry Greek Warlock. Well, there you go. He's hungry, he's Greek, and he's a warlock. So Hungry Greek Warlock, I do a 5-card spread. Tells a little story about you, what's going on, and we'll explain as I go. The first card, just the start of it all. We get the Knight of Pentacles featuring red pandas. Let's go down to Pentacles and take a look. All right. Knight of Pentacles. Hard work, productive, perfectionist. Good things take time. You know your value. Go for the treasure. Go for the goal. Progress. new experiences ahead, patience, security, or is it planning, and loyal. So you're a hard worker, you're skilled, you know your value, you know you bring something to the table, with either it being hobbies, passions, or even your skills at your job. Just go for the treasure, so don't be afraid to go for more. Not that there's anything wrong with being content and being in a good place, but you know there's more out there. You want more from the world. Either money, friends, hobbies, passions, inspiration, or even just seeing the world. You know there's more out there. You want more, you're going to go and get it. Talks about progress, which is good because it talks about patience because things take planning. Nothing happens instantly. It's got to be careful with it because your finances are on the table. So you want to do the most preparation or at least thinking and planning that you can to make sure all your things are taken care of and that you can go on these adventures. Talks about perfectionist, so maybe you feel like stuff's not good enough and you want to always give it that little extra oomph. But I like new experiences ahead. That's always, I think, really cool because you're being productive. You're gonna maybe be just seeing people doing different things. You get in something just inspires you. It also talks about being loyal, so either maybe loyal to your job or company or your friends and family, but out of the fact that you are naturally a loyal person, not because it's expected of you. It's not like you're giving it; they earn your loyalty, but at the same time, if you have a right to choose who you're loyal to. So really cool start. The second card is going to be the obstacle, and this card is played in reverse. It's going to maybe heed some warnings. Essentially, maybe an easy way to say it without too many words is it's used against you or something needs paying attention to, and we're going to find out what that is. And we get Four of Pentacles, which is represented by a fox, but it's going to be played in reverse, so it's going to look like this. And again, it's going to have alternate meanings. So let me pull that up. So normally it means saving money, security, and control, and ownership. But this time it's going to mean, since it's in reverse, greed, fear of financial loss, careless, loss of money, fear of failure, overspending, money problems, unsatisfied, protecting your investments. So somewhere along the line, you have a fear. Maybe you overspent. Maybe went on too many adventures, had too much fun. Maybe overindulged on, say, food, or just you notice your money is dwindling a bit. And even though you have to spend money to do stuff, but maybe 1 month, let's just say you spent more than you accounted for. Now it feels like you're choked or you have less, even though everything is still fine. The fear is there. And now you're going to get a little more greedy and hold on to your money, almost like Scrooge McDuck syndrome from DuckTales, where all the rich people, their status symbol was their fortune and monies. And Scrooge would always try not to spend any. Because, you lose money. It's number. It's like, it's like fucking views or watched or views or followers or something on any social media platform where you see a number go up, you get happy. You see a number go down, you get worried or sad. And now, because of this, you lose a little money. Your fear of failure and failing is now creeping up on you because maybe you're questioning, should I stop this thing? Is my money hemorrhaging? Is my money bleeding? Should I reconsider? Should I do something else? But just, again, overspending and stuff, money problems. So maybe now more, I don't know what you did, but maybe or a situation popped up to you that is causing you to spend more money, and now you're having little issues managing your finances. Talks about protecting your investments, but so even though money's hemorrhaging a little bit and bleeding, you still want to hold on to that, and you still want to invest people and still do the things you want, but now you're like more basically on guard. It talks about being unsatisfied, so maybe you felt you wasted your money or something, or these things you're investing in, or even other people aren't paying dividends, or friendships, relationships aren't growing. It's like you had a garden, you planted a bunch of crops, but nothing's really growing, and now you're like, is this worth it? So you fall into a little pit. Hopefully, you don't stay there, or maybe these are warnings to say, hey, things are going good at the start. Don't let things go to your head and ruin you. So it could either be, the card could also be a warning, or like, hey, watch out, this could happen to you if you fall off the good path. So either way, if you worked through it or didn't fall for these traps, and now you're going to get to positive influences, which is the Eight of Cups, which is featuring a bear, Baird's Tapir. So Eight of Cups, let's go take a look at that. Eight. Eight of Cups, disappointment, walking away, indecision, uncertainty, turning point, leaving the past behind, searching for something new, change. So maybe something wasn't working out, could be job, people, hobbies and passions. But now you're like, you know what, I'm cutting my losses. I'm gonna walk away, let it go, move on to the next. You would want change. You might even travel. But I like the turning point because something snaps in you in a good way that this is not worth it. I'm not into this as much as I thought it was. I'm gonna go do what I'm more passionate about, even if I don't know what it is. It's just, it's a good, in a good way. You're calling it quits and know when to cut your losses, and you invested enough time in this to know that this is whatever it is isn't for you. So now you're gonna go on to the next thing or search for something new. But the important part is change is happening. So you're not just stuck in, say, repeating a cycle or just constantly in a negative rut. So with that, now we're going to just fast forward just a little bit and get to the near future. And we get the Six of Cups featuring the Chinese pangolin. So let's go back to Cups, and we're right there at 6. Take a look. Past memories, innocence and joy. Playful, living in the past, children, moving, celebration, anniversary, old friends, happy memories. So this card, even though you moved, and better, there's more joy going on. Things are a fresh start. It's like things are good. Children maybe in the picture. But it says you're also living in the past. So you're also like, remember the good times. Remember that time and I had my first beer, or like, remember that first time I ordered pizza with toppings on it. It also talks about happy memories. It talks about anniversary and celebration. So maybe just a lot of commemorative stuff. Think if you've been through a lot, you got here, and you remember all the good times that led up there. Even though there's a bunch of, like, say, bad times, rough times, whatever, you still remember all the good stuff. And you're just kind of at ease now, but then you're also kind of living in the past, maybe trying to recreate all those joys you had. It talks about old friends, so maybe people are popping who maybe grew apart from are popping back up in your life, and it's just, triggering all these happy, literally fond memories. So now we're going to get to the 5th card, which is the long-term results, or far future, final raid boss, dungeon boss, ending credits, whatever. We get King of Wands, featuring a Florida manatee. So let's go to the King of Wands. See what it has to say. Natural leader, entrepreneur, respect. Strength, ambitious, independent, loyal, generous, professional, competitive, impulsive, and do it or can do attitude. So, okay, you worked up harder, worked more. Maybe your hobbies or passions paid off even more and you could do them more. Or maybe you opened a business, but either way, your things are in good motion. You're very ambitious. People recognize your skills as leaders. Like, you can do this. You set a vision out. You set ideas. You go and you execute. So you basically, people see you talk the talk, and you can walk the walk. Talks about you being very professional and competitive, but yet impulsive. Either way, good business opportunities going around. You're not stuck in your ways. You're open to new nuances, and say, like, let's just say, like, you're running a meat butcher shop. Another butcher shop opens across. Talks about being competitive. You're not giving up. You're staying in the game. You're matching prices. You're not going to just, like, let them roll over you, or you're also not going to change for others. Like, you're going to be very competitive because you like it, not like out of greed, but out of necessity. And then it talks about can do it. So always love to see that. I like how independent, because naturally you're an entrepreneur, you got business, you got hobbies, passions going on, you can function alone as well, and very strong, independent person, financially stable. It also talks about being generous, so maybe you again share some of the wealth, maybe easygoing, just helping others, or maybe you want to invest in other people and help them achieve their hopes and dreams and goals, just like on your journey. But now you're the observer, and you're like, oh, they're going through a rough time, or maybe they just need a little confidence boost. I'll believe in them. I'll invest in them. It also talks about being loyal. So now you're choosing again who you want to be loyal to. Your business, yourself, your friends, your family, your hobbies and passion. But very good not turnaround, but the second card got a little iffy. So now we're going to do a bonus oracle card, which is just a one card phrase, usually a positive message to complement the reading. It's independent from the reading because these are tarot cards. What I'm going to pull now from are oracle cards. We get prospero equals faith. So have faith in yourself, have faith in others, but the things you believe in, not just like blind faith, but you have faith in yourself, of your abilities, you have faith in the friends and family and around you, you have faith in the things you want to do. So just overall very good vibes. So Hungry Greek Warlock, I hope that was good for you. I'm gonna start shuffling and get to the next. And I'll probably change the song too. A little more shuffling. Check on something real quick. Almost ready for round 4. Guess I got a song first. $48.15. Okay, this reading is for Dark Reflection of Kiwis. Now, is that the bird or the fruit? I don't know. But anyway, we do a 5-card reading, spread, format, whatever you want to call it, and I'll explain on the way. And these are general readings, so we just kind of take a look at your script or story and where it's going, what's happening, and whatnot. The first card we get is 10 of Cups, featuring a bearded dragon. Let's pull up the cup chart and take a look. 10 of Cups. All right, 10 of Cups. Harmony, love, relationship, togetherness, bliss, happiness, love. Dreams come true. Trust, security, hopeful, celebration, gratitude. So this could be obviously referring to friends and family or relationship. We can even talk about a job or maybe just financial situation or just even your mentality or just things happening and everything's going in a good direction. You're in a better spot, harmony, happy relationship, happy with you're happy and appreciate your friends and family and people that supported you. You have a lot of trust in people, but I think the big thing is harmony and just having a sense of security and gratitude, knowing that it was a rough journey to get here. You're in a good spot. You met people along the, it was the friends we made along the way. Kind of like Dungeon Meshi. And dreams can come true. You're working hard for, you're paving the way for your future. So pretty cool start. Second card is going to represent the obstacle, which is something maybe not used against you, but warnings. Maybe you get stuck in a rut, some bad stuff is happening, and this might be advice on how to get out of that or get through it. And we get Six of Pentacles, and that is represented by yellow-footed rock wallabies. All right, that's quite a mouthful. But let me pull up that, and these are where things take a turn. Six of Pence. So this could either be a warning, or you might already be here, but either way, this will at least kind of identify something, so maybe we can help you get out of it if you are in any rut or trouble. Or maybe just simply heeding warnings. Right, normally it means sharing the wealth, generous giving and receiving, and helping others, and just good vibes. In reverse, it's going to mean financial loss, unfair, dishonest, jealous, greed, lack of skills, imbalanced self-care. So you had a financial loss, so sorry about that. Could be job, could just be money, overspending, anything, but some kind of loss. It was unfair that it happened. It talks about being dishonest, so maybe you're dishonest with yourself and not admitting that maybe you made a mistake or whatever, regardless of how it happened, how you got here. There's some dishonesty going on either from you or others, and it could be meaning it literally or metaphorically. Talks about jealous, so maybe some of your peers or other people are doing better right now, and you're looking at them like, oh, they don't deserve to have like the good things, or that should be me, or something like that. Talks about lack of skill, so maybe you took on more than you can chew, or maybe you were trying to fake it till you made it, but then you never made it and got called out on faking it, or just simply bad RNG. So maybe sit back and level up more, maybe take courses, or just something to appease. I'm assuming this is applying to like employers and stuff to get those certifications or skills that they want, so you can basically just say, hey, I'm capable and competent at being able to do this job or thing. Also imbalance, so that could be friends, family, it could be life, it could even be sleep. It could be so many things, and you're not doing the things you're passionate about. Maybe, I don't know, just a great sense of imbalance and confusion. But then at least the positive thing here talks about self-care, that you're, because of all this crap going on, you need to take a time out and do some self-care. And some people might say you're being lazy, being selfish, but you recognize you need a break, you need self-care to re-strategize, because you can't go on like this. So this is almost like retreating, and you're going to think and stuff and do self-care and try to figure a way out of this. So the third card is going to be positive influences. So assuming you got through it, good job, better stuff's ahead. And we get the 10 of Pentacles, represented by the Sheltie. Again, pentacles all refer to like material things, finances, and the ground, the earth, structures. So wealth, long-term success, contributing, traditions, family connection, comfort, stability, safety, wealth, ancestry, financial security, financial gains, inheritance, community, goals or goals reached. So whatever you did to turn that frown upside down and got through it, good on you, because you're have forward momentum now. So maybe you got promoted, different job, or just better yourself, or decide to follow hobbies and passions that led to financial gains. And that's fun because it just talks about safety, stability, comfort. You're not stressing out as much anymore. Things are falling in naturally. Just sense of community. So maybe again, now that you're in a better position, now you can look to less fortunate people to help out if they need help, or even if you want to, someone has some cool ideas or want to pursue their artworks or hobbies and passions, you're like, you know what, I want to invest in this person. But not in the terms of, oh, I'll get something in return. It's like, no, you genuinely want to help and you want to see that person grow. And the investment part is them growing and achieving what they do, not necessarily quote unquote paying you back. Hello, Dinas. Welcome on in. If you're interested in a tarot reading, it costs, you can redeem it with channel points, or if you're subscribed, you can get one reading free per stream, or if you tip or share bits equal to $5 that will also get you a reading. But if not, no worries, just sit back and relax, feel free to lurk and just chill with the vibes, and yeah, just have a good time. So back to the reading, you're going to be helping people, more stability. Maybe it talks about inheritance, so maybe something happened in family. You got a little money to ease the woes and get, able to help you get back on your feet more. But now, since you're in a better place, more stable and everything, you're looking to help and invest in others, but people, not like investing in stocks and stuff. All right, so we're going to fast forward just a little bit to go to the near future, see how things are going. And we get the Ace of Swords, represented by a timber wolf. Let me go to S words real quick and go to Ace. Okay, success, ideas, clarity, strength, intellect, new ideas, new beginnings, new projects, breakthroughs, mental clarity, as well as regular clarity, okay? Thinking, overcoming obstacles, rationalizing. So pretty good, more success, much higher intellect and intelligence and wisdom, just overall, you know more of what's what. You have new ideas, hence the new beginnings is maybe there's even more you want to do. Like you're comfortable, you say you could be stable, set for the rest of your life, but you want more out of life. You're inspired by new things and you're going to pursue those things as well. Talks about breakthrough, so maybe you have a big break or just like, this is my chance, this is my moment, I'm taking this up, I'm seizing this opportunity. It talks about rationalizing, so you're not all living in fantasy land in your head. You're doing a lot of balancing, but I like how it says overcoming obstacles, so any difficulties that come your way, at least you're willing to work through it. New projects, again, which goes with new beginnings, new ideas. You just have things on a back burner that you are now, or maybe someone inspired you or something inspired you to do more different things, and now you're going to give those things a try. And overall, just a better mental clarity because you can think now, you're less hindered by worries and being in a slump. So now we're going to get to the fifth card, which is the long-term results, far future end game, ending credits, final raid boss. And we get the Five of Swords, represented by an anglerfish. We're staying in swords. So let me pull that up. Competition, insecure, disagreements. Negative thoughts, winning but at a cost, betrayal, manipulation, selfish, conflict, arguments, picking up the pieces. So maybe now that you've been doing more, you're in competition with people, so now you feel like, or it could be like, say, potentially like a job, you're going for a promotion, and everyone has to make themselves look good, but then you also got to quote unquote put down others, just present yourself to be considered for the promotion, either skills and merit, or if you want to put other people down. So it's like it shows a whole mix of that. It talks about you being insecure, so maybe you're scared you may not get the promotion, or maybe you're scared the thing won't pan out or work good in your favor. It's going to cause a lot of conflict. You're going to be selfish because naturally you got to look out for number one, and or how can you do more in life or help others if you can't help yourself. So it's like, it says selfish. It's more just like independent or me, 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 me. Talks about betrayal, so maybe you backstab someone. I don't know if it's with like a referral or something, or they backstab you. Talks about winning at a cost, so maybe you won, but maybe you had to ruin some friendships or relationships with your peers at work or whatever. Talks about negative thoughts because all this is maybe got dumped on you to really better yourself financially or like job wise or something. Basically, sacrifices have to be made. You have to prove yourself. You have to put down others. It also talks about arguments, so maybe you're conflicted with yourself or others. You're like, I want to win this, I want this promotion, whatever, but it's like I have to screw people over and you don't know how to feel about that. So a lot of internal conflict. It talks about picking up the pieces. So what's done is done. You decide to move forward with it, whatever the outcome. And now it's like you just took a big glass mirror or something and broke it. Now you're picking everything up. The things were a little shitty, but they really worked out. And then in the end, it kind of went middle ground that you start questioning your motives and morals, and or you may be forced into seizing an opportunity whether you're ready or not, and it might come at a cost. Pretty cool stuff. And now we're going to do a bonus card, which is just an oracle card to complement the reading. It's stones and crystals, which represent healing, physical healing, emotional healing, spiritual healing, but just you're going to take the time to think and do things that are good for you, even if you had to do some not cool things. At least you're grateful and you're more likely to just keep everything in mind. So you feel bad that you had to do something that had to be done, and you're the one that was presented with the choice and essentially had to pull the trigger on that choice. But either way, it was you in control, though. It wasn't like you weren't lied to, you weren't manipulated. And the card also did talk about manipulation, but again, that could result. It was like playing the game Survivor, and you're on the island. You gotta do mind games, and then at the end, you vote someone off the island. So it could be something like that kind of manipulation. Get people on your side, ask people who you're voting for off, earn people's trust. I hope that was cool for you. Gonna shuffle a bit, and then we'll get to the next reading. And right now, I'm working off a queue or list, so I will just continue with those. But if anyone wants to redeem a reading, feel free, and I'll squeeze it in. But for now, if not, just relax and hear me ramble on about readings and tarot. Take a sip of water. That's the stuff. All right, and I'll go to the queue. So 101 10. All right, this reading is for Corn Dog Fiasco. Corn Dog Fiasco, I do a 5-card spread. Tells a little story about you. Just take a look at your life, going the chapters in it. Just almost just watching and observing you. And along the way, there may be some difficulties. There'll be good stuff, bad stuff, ups and downs. The first card is just the general you, get an idea of you. Second card is the obstacle, maybe something standing in your way, something you might have to overcome, or maybe a warning. The third card is positive influences. Fourth card, near future. Fifth card, long-term results. Let's go. So we start off with the Two of Pentacles, represented by a Angora goat. And this card of this deck is so amazing. Just look at him. Look at that guy. This card talks about a lot of juggling, living multiple lives, trying to do all the things. You have too much on your plate, maybe. You have to make a decision. Maybe it involves moving, leaving people behind, but opportunities coming, so you really have to jump on it. Let me just quickly pull up the chart. Okay, Two of Pentacles. Priorities, time management, adaptable. Seas of change. Possibilities. You have all that you need. You're juggling a lot of things. You have lots of facts, knowledge. You need to be flexible. You're juggling finances, feeling pulled in many directions, lots of responsibility. You need to make a decision. The ship is coming in. Time to make a decision. Stop juggling everything, finding stability, and juggling two worlds. So this could be like multiple things, different friend groups, jobs, schooling, or maybe like an online persona and then the real life you. But it's getting very exhausting and tiring because you want to be genuine. You just want to be you and chill. This might be just saying, hey, be the authentic you everywhere. You don't have to, or you shouldn't fear being just you everywhere, even though I understand that because, jobs, friends, and family, all that aren't really, some people aren't ready for the world. Talks about finding stability. It says you have all the things you need, but it's change is happening. There's so many possibilities out there. The ship's coming in. So when it says you need to make a decision and time to make a decision, think of it like a game or even real life, like your train, or in this case, your boat, your ship is literally coming in. Are you getting on that boat or not? It's like time to really pull the trigger and make a move on something like that, because it's like, hey, this thing you kind of want to do is leaving without you, but are you going to get on the boat or are you going to stay behind? And you might regret staying behind, but if you get on the boat, you go do, it could be a scary but different future, but you want change. It's also being pulled in many directions. So maybe friends, everyone, family, work, coworkers, whatever, peers are all asking for your help or advice or something, and you just feel like you're overwhelmed. There's too much on your plate, and now you want to trim it. You want to focus and prioritize what's meaningful to you and that you're passionate about, or bearing fruit, or jobs. But really just getting, I guess, ultimately just sorting things out. But I know that's a huge task. The second card is going to be the obstacle. This is played in reverse. Reverse cards have alternate meanings. It might be a warning. It might be, hey, you fell into this rut, but let's use this to help you get out of any bad things that might be coming. We get the King of Pentacles featuring the Emperor Penguin. But it's going to be played like that. So let's take a look at the King. So this is maybe where the woes come in or the hardships, but we'll just take a look. Normally it means wealth, security, and stubborn and success. But in reverse, it means materialistic, superficial greed, financial worries, overworking, disorganized, and stubborn. So the last card talked about too much going on, so that could be the overworking. You're just trying to do more than what you could do. It's cool to do more, but maybe people expect it of you, and now you need a break, and maybe people are like, well, it's a big idea. You did so much before. Why are you doing less now? So maybe you're doing this to avoid burnout. Or you are burned out because you're overworking. It talks about financial worries. So even though before you had what you need, maybe either through planning, life changes, or woes, or, just RNG, things have changed, and now you're a little more cautious and worried about the what ifs and potential of your finances. Or you're very superficial and materialistic, so maybe along the way you got an ego somewhere, where you're trying to put on this mask or a persona to show the world, even though that's not you. It just kind of ended up happening. It talks about disorganized, so again, all over the place. You got to make up your mind. It's hard to put all the puzzle pieces together. It's hard to sweep and clean your room, just whatever analogies you want to use. And it talks about stubborn, so maybe you're less likely to budge. Where people suggest stuff or certain opportunities come your way, you may be reluctant to do the new things, try the new things, because you're a little bit set in your ways because you're in this rut now. So hopefully you work through that, or again, if you're not there, good on you. And this hopefully is a warning, like, hey, if you fall off the path, this is what might happen. But we get to the third card, which is going to be positive influences. And we get death, represented by the most deadly animal of all, the Canadian goose. Those guys don't take shit from no one. If you know anything about death, it's a lot of leaving stuff behind, rebirth, transformation. So let me just pull it up. A very positive and powerful card, if you will. All right, endings, change, transformation, conclusions, endings, letting go of the old, reborn, new beginnings, change, big transformation, liberation, leaving the past in the past, empowerment, purging, grieving, personal transformation, closing old chapters, leaving something behind. So again, with the first card, talk about ships coming, you got to make choices. So it could be friendships, jobs, hobbies, passions. You're just leaving stuff behind. It could be emotional baggage, physical baggage, things maybe holding you back, and you're like, you know what? This is enough's enough. I want to live my life as authentic or the best way I can in my situation. You're trimming the useless stuff. You're like, okay, I can hold on to this or that, but what does it actually do for me other than, say, cause me misery or feel regret? So you're just going to sort out your feelings, emotions. Potentially, if you're able to leave your emotional baggage behind, you're going to feel revitalized. New beginnings, almost like a fresh start. Again, it's so symbolic. It could be on any level: finances, friends, family, relationships, work, school. But I like the empowerment part because you're going to feel embiggened, and that you made a good decision. It's a decision you want to make to better yourself and do more and just live. So it's like almost like a caterpillar, cocoon, butterfly. Like, I want to be a butterfly. But in order to wrap yourself in the cocoon, you got to get rid of or unload the emotional baggage or anything that's keeping you back, and work them out and reconcile with it and move on. And you go in the cocoon, and then you're born a butterfly. So very, very, very symbolic card. So things are looking really up now. Now I'm going to fast forward to the near future just to see how things are going, where you're at. And we get strength, represented by Chinese alligator. So once it loads, I'm pulling up the charts online. If you want to load. Okay, strength equals courage, compassion, and strength. Confidence, willpower, faith, no violence, healing, good health, patience, energized, influential, compassionate. So both I would say the strength means more courage. It's not just, raw power or strength, but you have the, or even the strength or restraint to not do something. So it also takes strength and courage to not do stuff. The card talks about more about courage and compassion. So maybe you come a long way. You're better now. You're more confident in what you do, more willpower and faith to do what you believe in, even if others may not agree with it or be cool with it. You have patience, so you know things take time and people or others or just things in general don't click right away. But like you have the faith. I guess the healing's a good part because you're just in a better place emotionally and mentally, that you feel almost again like being reborn from death. You feel energized. You have more compassion and empathy for others, but you also know not to let them take unfair advantage of you. So when people come to you or you go to them, letting know they can unload their problems or whatever on you, that you will do it. But you might be like, you have to listen to my advice or what have a discussion on it, but you're not going to turn people away. But at the same time, you're not just going to invite everyone in willy-nilly, because then you'll get burned out that way. So you know more of your boundaries, your gifts, and your strengths. And I guess just to have the courage to keep pursuing whatever it is you want to pursue, and that you have the confidence to do so. So really cool stuff. Now we're going to get to the fifth card, which is the long-term results, end game, final raid, dungeon boss, ending credits, whatever you want to call it. We get 9 of Pentacles, featuring the chinchilla. Look at that sleepy little chinchilla. So let's go down to Pentacles and go to 9. Where are your Pentacles? Okay. Hey, Paul, if you want, there's the information's in the pinned message. If you want to join, you have to redeem it with channel points, or if you're a subscriber, you get 1 free reading per stream. But or tip and cheer bits or whatever.
Welcome to the asylum. Enjoy your stay.
So basically, it's equivalent of $5. I believe a subscription is $5 or $6. I am not really sure. So a sub is I think $5. You have to be a subscriber. Get 1 free reading. And this is on YouTube. Followers are called subscribers. They're here on Twitch. You have follows, and subscribers are the monthly memberships. So subscribers get 1 free reading per month, or you can use channel points. So if you don't have channel points or don't have the money, that's totally fine. You can chill, lurk here, enjoy the vibe, and over time you'll get points, and then you can redeem a free reading if you would like. 9 of, back to the reading, 9 of Pentacles equals abundance, financial success, luxury, self-sufficient, seeing your worth, mastery, prosperity, fortune, security, enjoying nature. So maybe like you made it after all. You put in the hard work and effort, and you used your talents and skill to help forward momentum. This could either be work, it could be hobbies, passions, but whatever it is, you're putting your heart into it. You're into it, you like it, you're good at it. You know your value now. Maybe before you felt kind of worthless, or like, what am I doing in life? Where am I? But now you, again, with the confidence of strength and everything, you just set forth and do more. Talks about success, fortune, sense of security, so maybe financially stable, which is always awesome. And also just enjoying nature, taking it all and just enjoying the scenery. Maybe you got a nice little house or cottage up in the mountains, or just, you just such a good place to be that you can enjoy yourself and the things around you. So I hope that was cool for you. Now we're going to throw in a bonus oracle card just for fun. Just a positive influence message. It complements the reading. It's separate though. These are oracle cards. What I have out right now, a tarot card. So just a little something like a fortune cookie at the end of a meal. Merlin, imagination. No, that's not Saruman. That's Merlin. But so just use your imaginative person. Use your inspiration, imagination. Manifest your hobbies and passions into the real world. So very cool stuff. Hope you enjoyed that. And I am working off a queue today, so I'm just going to keep going down the queue on the list. Because I also link people's readings. If I get a lot of, not orders, but redeems or whatever, a lot of readings to do. I'll do them and I'll link the VOD with a timestamp so the people can, who had the readings, can view them later at their own convenience. So that way no one technically has to be present. And also these readings are generic readings, so nothing focusing like on, say, questions or anything. We're just seeing what the cards have to say and my interpretation, I guess. So to me, very cool stuff. I'm just going to shuffle for a bit. I'll try to get through as many as I can, and if not, I'll just have to do another list for another stream if I can't get to all of them today. I would like to because I want to play some games tomorrow, but at the same time, it is what it is. If I don't get to all the readings today, there'll always be more to do. Except when I clear the list, then maybe I could take some more live learns. But for now, I'm just going through a list. Okay, let's see. The timestamp is right now 1:16. Okay, funny, we had a chinchilla in the last, as one of the last cards, and the person getting this reading is called Chainmail Chinchilla.
Don't put down science.
Thank you for redeeming science, Spirit Wolf. So Chainmail Chinchilla, we got here a tarot card deck, complete deck with all the suits. I do a 5-card spread. It just tells a story about you. We just see what's going on, where you're going, any hardships along the way, and if so, how to, maybe work with it, I guess, would be another way to say it. But hey, Spirit Wolf, welcome back. But yeah, we'll just jump right into it, and I'll explain it along the way and how I do things. So you shouldn't hopefully not feel lost, because I'll try to do my best to explain. The first card, just to see what you're doing, how you're going, what's up. We have the Ace of Pentacles featuring the Palawan Peacock Pheasant. So again, Pentacles, always money on the mind, I guess, but we'll just go and take a look and see what we get. Right. Ace of Pentacles, manifesting abundance, lack of planning, gifts, talents, financial improvements, prosperity, achievements, material success, promotion, fertility, good things, manifesting, good investments. So just good. What I like is the manifesting, you're bringing your imagination to life. You're using your talents to fuel that. Yet you have a lack of planning, so maybe things are just falling into place naturally. Like you're not thinking too hard, things are flowing really good. So achievements, good investments, so just, again, more good. It also talks about promotion, so it could be work, social status, family, friends, or something, but you're moving up in a good way. It talks about marital success, so maybe there's a relationship around the corner. Or if you're in one, maybe you take it to the next level. But either way, just generally good vibes, good. You want to do stuff in life and you're doing it. And it's all coming together naturally, organically, not forced. I mean, yeah, you have to force it a little bit by just doing it, by, say, creating the stuff and the ideas and implementing it, but it's all flowing really good. So the second card is going to represent the obstacle. This could be a bump in the road, a difficult raid boss, being cock-blocked, a trap hole that you can fall in. There's something impeding you from moving forward, or you even could be as simple as a warning, like, hey, watch out. If you do this and that, it could lead to this, or this might help you get out of it. But I play the second card, aka the obstacle, in reverse, so it's going to have alternate meanings. So it's funny, we get the Devil, which is a Victorian crowned pigeon, but the card itself is, say, very negative, or it's like almost like an upside down card, but we're playing it upside down, so it's going to have much different meanings than the traditional Devil card. Or it might even have some positive stuff in it, just to give you an idea of how wonky it is. Spirit Wolf says, one of my friends tried to help me with tarot cards. I don't understand it. Well, the cool thing is about tarot cards, it's all interpretation. The cards have set meanings. and that's it. And then how the reader interprets them. So, like, say if somebody gets a reading from me and someone else, we both get the exact same cards and we do the same format. It's like you can still get different results. So it's more mindful stuff. But real quick, back to the reading. The devil normally means addiction, sexuality, attachment, and like temptation and negative thinking. But because it's in reverse, it's going to mean letting go, you're addressing your fears, positive thinking, you're releasing temptation, you're more independent, renewed beliefs, release, or I guess that counts as let go, but it says release a bunch of times. Still has greed in there and dependency. So this is maybe saying watch out that you're still dependent and reliant on external validation from others. Maybe you're not truly independent. Talk about addressing fear. So maybe fear is holding you back from proceeding. It could be, fear of a new job, looking for a job, going to school, maybe the fear of pursuing your hobbies and passions and taking them to the next level. So just a lot of doubt and fear that you're trying to work out. But I like how it says you're independent. Even though you have dependency issues or external validation, you're still willing to do this alone. But I guess the biggest thing is letting go and releasing. It could be emotional baggage. It could be a bunch of things. Talks about releasing temptation. So maybe everything's tempting you. You're falling down a bad path, or you're just making irrational, poor choices because everything looks so good and tempting, and that you're not focusing on things you want to do. It's almost like a distraction. But like I talks about renewed beliefs, because in your hard work and efforts, you do want to do the things you're passionate about, and that alone fuels you to move forward. So not too much of a warning, though. That's actually more of a good, even though it's the second card. The only thing that might be against your warning is don't be greedy. Don't let go to your head. Don't, still be true to yourself and your values. Not that you can't better yourself or aim for more, but, just don't get caught in your head, and don't let it like poison your friendships, relationships, or even your hobbies and passions or what you're doing in life. The third card is going to be positive influences, and we get Wheel of Fortune, which is represented by a cloud rat, even though it looks like a cat to me, or like a lemur, but it is a cloud rat. And if anyone's familiar with tarot, Wheel of Fortune is a very good and positive card. It's like all good vibes, no caveats. Ow. Sorry, I hit my foot against something. Caveats are hidden messages. So good luck, life cycles, turning point, good change, opportunity, progress, doors opening, ending of a phase, starting of a phase, improvements, choices, forward momentum. So good on you. Go, go, go. Things are going in directions you want. I like how it talks about ending a cycle and starting a new one. Maybe you did a gig, maybe a job, moved on. Things are closing chapters in your life, but you're also starting new chapters. But it's all good change. You have forward momentum. Can't stop you now type of a thing. Things are looking up. Everything's just in a really good spot right now. So with that, we're going to just fast forward a little bit to the near future just to see how it's going, what's up. We get Six of Wands, represented by Fancy Goldfish. Let's go to Wands. And that was 6. I want to take a look at what's going on. Success, recognition, and confidence. Accomplishments, reward, good news, achievement. Encouragement, winning, promotion, progress, forward momentum. So the last card also talked about forward momentum. So this is just, you're on a hot streak. You're winning, things are looking good, forward momentum, you're achieving, you have even more confidence, you're getting recognized by others, and you're recognizing yourself of your hobbies and passions, or your job or work ethic or what have you. You're more successful, so just even more forward momentum. Talks about winning, so that could be, promotion, a job, it could be a competition, it could be just you challenging yourself to do stuff, or just anything, but it's all progress and forward momentum. Things are looking up even more, and we already had that from Wheel of Fortune. So everything so far, even with the devil, everything's really looking good. So keep it up. The 5th card is going to be the long-term results of everything, maybe the far future, final raid boss, ending credits, or just coming to an end. And we get strength, represented by a Chinese alligator. Let's go back to strength. Well, physical strength or mental strength, it could also mean, just means strength. Courage, compassion, confidence, willpower, faith, no violence, healing, good health, patience, energized, influential, and compassionate. So you're just on top of the world right now. Things are going really well. You also have the strength and willpower to not do things, because sometimes people fall into temptation or some bad stuff in their life, but you are above that. You know, you have the willpower to act and not act and know when to. And of course, you have the courage to do so, because sometimes it takes a lot of courage not to do something. I talk about good health, healing, very good vibes. Talks about you're energized naturally because you're just on top of the world. You're feeling good. Everything's going forward, momentum. You're getting that rush of good vibes. Influential, so maybe you even have a position of higher power to influence others, or say company jobs, like a higher up, and like what you say weighs a lot. There's a lot of weight to it. And also talks about being compassionate, so maybe on the way too, you value others. You're not going to undermine people. You have more empathy for them, more understanding. So you're in a very good spot, just constantly going up, 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 up. You're good. Everyone around you is good. Your job's good. Your hobbies and passions are good. Just so a lot of big fresh air of goodness, I guess. A very, very extremely positive overall reading. And now we're going to do a quick bonus oracle card for you, just to see more positive influences, because these are like words of encouragement. And we get the dog, which represents loyalty. You know who you're loyal to. You know when to call it quits with people or ditch them, because again, you choose who you're loyal to. It's not an obligation, or if you're loyal to someone or a company or something or a group, it's because you want to be, not because you're forced to be. Pretty cool. And we'll shuffle and we'll go on to the next. But yeah, Spirit Wolf, I don't think there's really much to understand. It's just kind of cool. So it's not like, what is it? Sorry, where's my... Sorry, something fell. So with the cards, it's not really religion, because a lot of people are like, oh, I don't believe in that stuff. I'm like, well, what stuff? This is just fun. It's cool. It's something different. But there's not really much to get about it. So it's generalizations, there's cards, there's different many formats you can do too. I'm just doing the format I'm familiar with, and I actually kind of like it because I tweaked it a bit to my liking. All the cards have messages and a bunch of meanings to them. So it's also like the generalization of the cards, and then my interpretation of them and how they work together to paint a picture or a story. So just overall, it's pretty fun stuff. I know some people are like, oh, you believe in that? I'm like, sure. But like, I'm also into like zodiac astrology and stuff, and people are like, you know, that's fake, right? I'm like, no, it's not. It's right here. Like, you can even look up at the stars and see the constellations. I think people get pissed off because it can't fully be explained. It's just something you have to be into or believe in or just like. But there's not really much logic to it. And some people like fucking robots, where it's like, it has to follow a pattern, and if it goes off the grid, it makes no sense. Or, you know, binary. Everything has to be ones and zeros. Or everything has to be black and white. I'm like, oh yeah, well, there's gray area and there's also color. So if you can't comprehend that, I'll be like, that's... it almost sounds like a you problem if you don't understand life. But those are to like the more, you know, condescending people. Because, you know, naturally people aren't going to get it. Some people might be intrigued. Some people are like, this is not for me, which is totally fine. But when people nitpick at it, I'm like, oh, you're just one of those people that like to complain, or like, you know, it's like trying to say like proof that something does or doesn't exist, and you can't prove or that it does or doesn't, and that drives people nuts. Like, some people are like, you know, God doesn't exist, right? I'm like, well, God does, but I can't prove it. and I can't prove that he doesn't. So it's just it's a very moot comment that it doesn't do anything. Or I could be like, oh, it doesn't exist, and they can try to mathematically prove to me that he does exist or doesn't. But I'm like, even in the end, I'm like, what does it matter? We're here now. We're enjoying life. We're doing things. We try to understand, how our world works. But like in the end, does it matter if something is real or not? Because plenty of fictional characters inspire people. Like even fucking movies or comic books, anime. So even if the person or character is fictional or not, it can still inspire and impact real life or us, you and me, right now, regardless if it's quote unquote real or not. So I think that's kind of interesting when people go nitpicking on stuff. Or like if older people get inspired by younger people, like, dude, you're older than them. You're supposed to be better than them. They're supposed to be looking up to you. And then you're just like, no, you can get inspired by so many people, regardless of, say, age or profession or whatever. Just like the world is out there. I don't want to be in a little box or pretend there's no world outside of the box. Okay. Whew. What do we got? So we are at 131.20. Okay, this reading is for Lemon Dud Bzt, or Bzt. I was gonna say Lemon Dud. Lemon Dud, I do a 5-card spread, tells a story about you, see what's going on, how you're doing, where things are going, and just read from your script or your book, and I'll explain along the way. So the first card is just very straightforward. We're gonna just see where it all begins or what's going on with you now. Now we get Page of Pentacles, represented by lap rabbits. So we're going to scroll down. Page of Pentacles. Manifesting financial opportunities, skill developments, productive, new discoveries, being careful. Good financial news, eager to learn, educational opportunities, thrifty, determination, patience, building a solid foundation, new businesses or new business, financial income, and you're creating success. So it sounds like you got a pretty good head on your shoulders right now. Things are looking good. You got ideas. You know you can learn more and you know you can do more. So you're looking into doing that stuff. You're also careful because your finances, your planning, you don't want to waste time. You want to be careful about your craft or trade or hobby and passion or even job. Talks about patience and determination because things will take time. It may not bear fruit immediately, but you're determined to stick through it and just work with it and see where it goes. Also, it's new business or maybe new business partnership. Maybe you team up with someone. Maybe just things naturally fall together. Talks about being thrifty and swifty, always good. But I like how it says creating success. So your own hard work, your hobbies, your ideas, your passions are the source of the fuel, and then you're manifesting them into reality. You're doing it up. You're doing what you want to do, even if it's coming by a little slower than what others would consider a normal pace. But you're confident in it. You're doing the thing you want to do. Hey, being awake. So now we're going to get to the second card, which is the obstacle. And this is where things get a little, not tricky, but different. That the card, its position itself is going to represent the obstacle. So it might be used against you, or it could be like a warning, or it could be like, hey, something's impeding your path, cock blocking you, bump in the road, a difficulty, literally an obstacle that you might have to overcome. And I play that card in reverse. So we get the Knight of Pentacles represented by red pandas, but it's going to be in reverse. So it's going to have alternate meanings, but I'll pull it up. Which one is that, Knight? And I'll read a quick brief of the regular description just to give you an idea, and then we'll go to the nitty-gritty of what it means in reverse. But let me get to that. So normally it means hard work, productive, perfectionist, progress, new experiences. So that's what it means like normally, but in reverse, it's going to mean instability, greed, careless, don't be hasty, lack of plans, wasteful, make decisions when you have all the facts, taking things slow, weigh out all your options. Spirit Wolf says, "What about you?" Said, "I'm a Scorpio." Do you know, Spirit Wolf? Do you know what your ascending is in your moon? So you have your main symbol, but then it's complemented depending on what time of the day you're born and where. So I have like I'm a Pisces, but then I have a Scorpio moon, and it was either Aries or Capricorn or Pisces rising. And then there's a whole planet chart too. So you have the whole solar system, like your Mercury is a symbol, your Jupiter's a symbol, your Saturn's a symbol, and they all affect the different things and attributes. So, like, yeah, you have your base symbol as you or your sign, but then it's also what is your entire solar or your galaxy symbols. And each one has different meanings to them. Like, one of them affects your mood or thought process, one of them talks about your love life and how you emote, another one talks about how you communicate. It's really fun and fascinating, but that's super deep. So, usually I just go by what symbol you are and then what your moon and suns are. But so this card, things are looking really back to the reading. Sorry, the cards are looking good and great. But then now we get to a place of instability, greed. You're getting careless. You have lack of planning, so maybe you rushed into something. Maybe you went in feeling high and mighty, or just like high in passion and good vibes, but you didn't really maybe think things out, or maybe stuff sucker punched you, and now you're left in this position. Talks about being wasteful, so maybe your talents are going to waste. It could be money, it could be your time, but something's hemorrhaging or bleeding somewhere, metaphorically. Could be physical too, but I hope not. But talks about making decisions when you have all the facts. So now you're rethinking before putting more time and investment into something. You want to know everything. All you want to read. You're going to read the fine print on stuff before you make decisions now, because now you're further along in this journey or game, and your stuff has way more weight to it. Your decisions, your choices impacts a lot more now. So you want to be really careful. And the first card also talked about being careful. It says taking things slow. So maybe you're going too fast. Slow down a bit. Read the fine print. Re-strategize a bit. Maybe invest more time in a skill or hobby or passion before executing the idea. But it says don't be hasty. So just really take a step back and breathe and think and re-strategize a bit and really gather all as much intel as you can. Also talks about instability, so that's kind of unfortunate because that could mean so many things: money, just you not being able to do it mentally, emotionally, physically, metaphorically. The list goes on. So I'll treat this card more as a warning, and that you're here now, but now it gives you the answers of what you may need to pay attention to get out of this rut and proceed with your journey or to continue on with the game. Now we get positive influences, which is represented by the Eight of Cups, and the animal of it is the Baird's Tapir. Let's go check him out. He's Eight of Cups. And once it loads, we will see what is up. Okay, disappointment, walking away, indecision, uncertainty, walking away, leaving the past behind, searching for something new, change. So maybe after weighing out your options, doing something, maybe something you were doing you weren't into anymore, realize it's not bearing fruit, or maybe your heart's not into it and you feel it's better to cut your losses, or just because there's no guaranteed success with this plan. And after crunching some numbers and doing calculations and all that logistics and stuff. One sec. Okay, I'm back. Someone was delivering something. Computer screw that I need. But to tap here. So this change is coming. Maybe you get inspired by something new, or maybe you had something else in the back burner, another project you want to do. But whatever it is, one of the things you're doing, you're like, it's over. I'm gonna leave it behind. Search for something new. Not abandoning, but you decide you could even simply just change your mind, and you're like, this isn't for me, or it wasn't what I thought, or maybe I have to come back to it when I'm more ready, or maybe when the stars align more. So basically, you're moving on to something. You're in search for something more. You want change. You have a turning point. Maybe something snaps in you. You get inspired by something else or someone else. Or maybe you just want change, and what you're doing right now isn't really working out for you. Maybe financially, maybe hobby passion wise, or maybe you just burned out from a project too. So maybe you can even put it on pause, and you just want more change, or you're like, when you do a lot of one thing, you're going to get burned out, and it's nice to relax. I like to play certain games. I like to do artwork and speed run, but if I do too much, I'm currently burned out from doing artwork. I did a ton the last few months, but then now it's like I just want to relax. When I stream now, it's like I want to relax and tarot read or play some games. But even the gaming now is getting a little burned out, so it's like just, I guess, balancing it out. So the next card is going to be the near future. We're going to fast forward a bit, and then we get death, which is represented by the Canadian goose. A lot of rebirth and transformation, closing old chapters, starting new beginnings. But let me pull up the chart. Okay, endings, changes, transformation. Conclusions, letting go of the old, reborn, new beginnings, change, big transformation, liberation, leaving the past in the past, empowerment, purging, grieving, personal transformation, closing old chapters, leave something behind. So I think that incredibly complements the last card because it talks about letting go, leaving behind onto a new journey or something else. This card's reinforcing it more, but maybe the thing you're doing now you're more passionate about, maybe you're more into it, or may just feel so fresh that you feel like you can take it on with a really good head on your shoulder. Hence, the leaving the old chapter, closing it, maybe you let go of some emotional baggage, or maybe some old projects on the back burner that you want to do but you didn't feel strongly about. So you're just trimming everything. You're like letting go, moving on, but in a good way. You're reconciling with stuff. You're saying your goodbyes. You're making way so when you take on the next task or whatever you want to do, you'll be refreshed, hence reborn. You're going to feel embiggened and empowered, emboldened to take on the world. Talks about purging, so again, trimming the fat, if you will. Getting rid of the emotional baggage or unnecessary things in your life that you might have been holding on to that you don't need, and now you come to realize this is holding me back. But holding you back in so many ways, not just like one clear-cut way. It's how you interpret it metaphorically, physically, emotionally, spiritually. But I like how it says change is coming, new beginnings, you feel good. So you're wrapping up a lot of old chapters and starting new stuff and proceeding. Like a caterpillar, going to a cocoon, then coming out as a butterfly. So awesome, good, great stuff. Now we're going to get to the fifth card, which represents long-term results, maybe the far future, end game, ending credits, final raid boss. And we get the Wheel of Fortune featuring the Cloud Rat, which looks like a cat or a lemur. And the name alone should give you an idea of what this card's about, but ending of a phase, starting of a phase, turning point, life cycles, good luck, obviously, good fortune, opportunity, progress, doors opening, improvements, choices, and forward momentum. So good call on focusing on the new thing, or maybe something you forgot a while ago and got back into, but either way, good is all around you. You have more opportunities and choices now, so it's like a talent tree of, like you're an MMO, RPG, or just whatever. You could be a warrior. Do you want to be a tank? Do you want to be DPS, or do you want to be PvP? You have more choices and talent points to spend and directions to go to because of your opportunities and success. And now just also talks about ending of a phase, so closing, again, more old chapters, finishing a task or gig or job or something, and now it's on to the next. But now you have more choices, you improved, you're skilled up, you feel more revived, passionate, so you feel like you're ready to take on the world even more, and you're still creating and doing. So the next card is going to be, well, that's it for the tarot reading, but this card is going to be an oracle card just to complement the reading. It's totally separate, but we can still use it to relate to the reading, or just a simple word of encouragement or a fortune cookie. And we get the 3 witches, which represent fate. So you got a lot of thinking to do. Maybe you're destined or born to do something, or something's unavoidable is going to happen. Good, bad, big change, transformation, who knows? But to me, that's exciting. Maybe you're put in this world to do something, or maybe you're meant to do something and it's coming true. It's like it's happening. It's like the harbingers are coming to inform you that it's coming, or it's going into motion. I hope you like that, Lemon Dud. And Spirit Wolf says these cards might help out with life. Oh yeah, that's kind of like the point of the cards, actually. It's more about maybe mindsets, attitudes, maybe things to watch out for, almost like advice in a way, or even simple therapy, and just, you know, verbally saying these things. Maybe some people need to hear stuff, some people need to vent. So it's very also therapeutic and relaxing too. But it can also be scary for some people because they're afraid of bad readings. There are no really bad readings. It's just taking a script, it's advice. So, you know, do what with this information what you want. It's also what you make of it. But also, just again, I think it's really cool. I'm gonna shuffle some more. Let's see what we get. See, it's been almost 2 hours. Might go for 3. Depends on the progress and the pace of the readings and how my hip feels, or my leg, or whatever. Okay, let me pull up the timestamps. 1:47:30. Okay. This next reading is for Pizza Topping Compromise. Pizza Topping Compromise, I do a 5-card spread. It kind of takes a look at your life script or your story, or like we're playing a game, we're just going to play the game and see where it goes. It's 5 cards, and I'll explain on the way. I'm using an animal deck, so different animals represent the cards, but again, I'll explain it all on the way. The first card, we get the Knight of Wands, which is represented by African wild dogs. Really cool artsy picture on that one. Let's go down to Wands. Okay. Knights, just pull up the chart. Impulsive, adventurous, or adventure, passion. Changes here, creativity, new experiences, new ideas, travel, relocation, taking action, or just action in general, athletic, optimism, enthusiastic. So it's funny that you're impulsive, but the card also says passion, you're excited, new experiences. So you want to do all the things, you're jumping at the first sign of like fun stuff or different or change or things you're interested in. The good thing is, though, it's fueled by passion. So it's not just like you randomly, like, ooh, like a dog looking at something, like, ooh, squirrel. Or like, you know, breaking your concentration. You're driven and fueled by your hobbies and passion. I like how it says optimism, you're enthusiastic, you have a good head on your shoulders of the adventure. It also talks about potential of travel and relocating. So maybe it's like a new job, or maybe just simply moving, want to change the scenery, or something brings you to move. And you're excited for the adventure. Even though you have to quote unquote leave stuff behind, you're still really enthusiastic and hyped and psyched about the move. Just basically, you're literally exciting just for moving. Talks about new ideas, so maybe come up with new stuff, new hobbies and passions you want to do, maybe new ideas for your work. But the biggest thing is you're taking action, you're doing it. So there's a fine line between fantasizing, thinking, and being hopeful. But you're like, okay, I want to now manifest these and make these things come reality and true and do these things. So you're a doer. But I just really like how you're fueled by your passion and creativity. So the second card we get is going to be represents the obstacle. And this card is not necessarily used against you, but maybe heeding a warning, a bump in the road, a pit or a trap that you may want to avoid, being cock blocked, a bump in the road, just something impeding you from moving forward. And we really want to work with that or see what it has to say. And I play that card in reverse, and tarot cards have different meanings when they're played in reverse. So right now we get the Two of Wands featuring ducks. Very cute, but it's going to be in reverse. So let me pull that up and see what we get. Once it loads, of course. Two of Wands means, usually it means planning, faith in the future, delays, and growth. But it's in reverse, so let's just see what warning messages it might have or what different perspective. Delays, losing interest, not seeing the potential, abuse of power, doubt, overwhelm, different opinions, fear of change, indecision. So maybe all the excitement and relocation and life changes from the first card has led you to start fearing or losing interest, or maybe you're not as hyped or passionate as you thought about something. And now you're like, do I really still want to do this? Am I into this? Now you're not seeing the potential, even though before you're all gun-ho about it and hyped. But now it's like you're losing, just literally losing motivation or interest or inspiration for it. There's delays. Maybe things are taking longer than you thought. So say if it is moving and relocating or like a new job or something, it's like, is it actually going to happen? You've been waiting so long, you're losing faith in it from the delays, which again leads to losing interest. You have different opinions of the situation, or others have different opinions. You have fear of change, so maybe on the inside, or you want to be verbally supportive and be like, I want change, I want to do this, but deep down you kind of don't, or maybe more so you don't know how to feel. Now that leads to indecision, because now it's like, I can't make up my mind. Is this the thing I want to do? It wasn't as cool as I thought it was before, but it is changed. Like, what do I do now? And now you're going to feel overwhelmed by that because things are maybe not going your way, or things aren't panning out the way you planned. You're not as passionate about the thing now, and it's just like, what do I do? So a lot of confusion. So sorry if you're in this position, or these could be warnings that as well. But either way, you're going to work through it and get through it so we can get to the next card, which is going to represent positive influences. So whatever you did, maybe take a step back, see the bigger picture, thought on it, meditated, talk things out, work through this hard difficulties. And we got the Nine of Wands, represented by a fennec fox. Let's pull up the wand. It's got a lot of wands. It's been so many wands right now. So a lot of, I forget if it was cups or wands. I forget how there's meanings to each suit of cards. Let's go to 9. Should probably look that up more. Each suit of cards has a theme. Pentacles have a theme, cups have a theme, besides the obvious thing about the symbol of the card. It just follows a theme of meanings as well. So 9 of Wands, faith, persistence, courage, standing up for your beliefs, on guard, final challenge, protecting yourself, strength, determined, wounded warrior. So you got renewed faith in what you do. You want to go through with this. You're standing up for what you believe in, what you want to do. You're extra on guard because now you don't want to let go of this ideology or idea, thing that you want to protect, or something you want to do and pursue. You have the strength to back it up and stand your ground and not give in. You're very determined, even if it's going to be slow and maybe people don't agree with it. You're like, no, you made up your mind. You really thought hard. Like, this is what I want to do. It talks about being wounded warrior. Maybe you're burned in the past by people, friends, family, co-workers, your job, but basically like you've seen a long battle and you're just like, you still want to fight on because you believe in the cause. It talks about protecting yourself. Again, you've been burned, you've been around the bush a lot. You got to limit maybe the people you let into your life. as a more protective way, like, not let people take unfair advantage of yourself. You're gonna look out for yourself and your loved ones, friends, family more, or people or things that you care about more. You're gonna be more protective because again, you believe in what you're doing. Talks about having persistence. So always good that you keep going and trying. So whatever you really did before to get through that funk, really good job, because now you're like, this is what I want to do. Don't try to change my mind. I made up my mind. I believe in this cause. Now we're going to get to the we're going to get to the fourth card, which represents the near future. Just to fast forward a little bit, go bzz, and just see where you're at in all of this. And we get the Lovers, represented by lovebirds. So if anyone's familiar with tarot cards, I think you know what's coming. But let's just pull it up. It's also a very happy, like, positive card. So, love, relationships, values, partnerships, choices, sharing, trust, healing, sexuality, temptation, commitment, marriage, business partnerships. So maybe this journey you went on, you're not alone, you're with someone or involved with someone, and they're with you during your struggles, maybe even helped you during your journey, and now naturally you get that more bond, or like suffering strengthens the bond. You have a better understanding of each other, more respect, more trust. You're most vulnerable, you respect each other, but in love could even be just simple as a friendship. It doesn't always have to be like a relationship or marriage, but it is in the card itself. It also talks about business partnerships. So maybe you got a gig or job or opened a business and you teamed up with people and that's flourishing. Talks about values. So core values, you both, or just you, whatever, know what you want, you know what you believe in. You're not confused anymore if you were confused. Talks about making choices, but more so as a team. Like these choices now you make also affect others. It's not just all about, I guess, yourself now. A lot of trust has been gained along the way. Because the other card talked about being like the wounded warrior, more protective, but you made yourself vulnerable. You learn to trust again or trust more in people, but selected people. You're not going to deal with everyone, but at least with whomever you might be involved with or people or whatever, the trust is there. And talks about sexuality. Well, that's pretty self-explanatory. Talks about temptation. So maybe things are going so good, you feel on top of the world. You might, though, be subconsciously or even more vulnerable to fall into temptation to make iffy or bad choices. So even though you're like on top of the world right now, things are going good, it opens the door for possibilities of temptation that you may have to pay attention to or avoid or indulge in depending on the context. Talks about commitment. So you're in it to win it. You're in it for the long haul. Or others are in it, or your teammates or partnerships or relationships are all in it together. You're determined and committed to do the thing or pursue these hobbies and passions or whatever it may be. Again, potential marriage. If you're already in a relationship, maybe marriage's wedding bells are around the corner. And also business partnerships. So maybe you open a shop with someone and things are just booming. Or someone invited you to like, hey, I'm going to open this store, so you want to work with me or something. But either way, things are going really well. So now we're going to get to the long-term results of the fifth card, or end game, final raid boss, ending credits. And we get Temperance, featuring the Caribou. Where are you, Temperance? Number 14. Let me pull that up. So balance, patience, and purpose. Universal timing, compromise, combination, mixing things up. Creating, patience, forgiveness, cooperation. Okay, things are really good now. Unions are strong. If it's marriage, you're married. You're closer now. The bonds are even stronger. More of everyone's decisions, whoever's involved, have more weight to them. So you got to find a sense of balance. You got to give a little to get a little. Hence the cooperation and compromise. That it's no longer single-minded. It's now part of something bigger, like a collective or a hive mind. It's not just about you anymore. It's others now too. So it's like a more team effort and orientated. Even though it's still you at the end of the day, because it's your reading, we're referring to you, but you've expanded. So you're playing like an RTS game, you got a second base going, you got you're expanding, you're growing. It talks about having patience because things take more time now. Because before it was just you, yeah, I know what I want. I'm going to go out and do it. But now it's like, hey, what do you want for dinner? Let's talk about it. Or, it's like group decisions. So it might require more patience and delays and time because now you have to consult with multiple people maybe. But I like the big thing, creating. So again, you're feeling that inspiration and creativity and you're doing it. You're doing, or if you're already doing it, you're doing more of it and it's flowing naturally. It's good. It's organic. You feel good. Everyone around you feels good about it. Card also talks about forgiveness, so there might have been minor betrayals or hurts or burdens of the past, but you're like, you know what? It's all good now. Water under the bridge. It sucks that maybe bad things happen, but we got through it together. People helped you along the way. You helped people along the way. So just very, very, very good. And also combination of mixing things up that maybe you're trying, both of you or all of you or whomever's involved are trying new things now together as a group, or found new inspiration hobbies that you want to pursue together. So very, I would say, heartwarming and touching reading. Now I'm going to give you a bonus oracle card, which is just complements the reading, but it's independent from the reading because these are oracle cards that I'm going to draw now. The ones here are tarot. So here we get Pentacle, which represents fortune. Usually that means material, physical stuff, but it could also mean emotional, spiritual fortune, but just overall good vibes of fortune. So I hope Pizza Topping Compromise, that was cool for you. This was I won't say special, but a nice, happy, very positive, endearing, if you will, reading. I'll try to hydrate, but Spirit Wolf, but it's not doing much. I'm talking so much, I'm just getting dry. Even after drinking it, it still feels dry. I think it just, there's so much talking and rambling on. Yeah, just gonna keep working through it and just hope you're enjoying your time here. Always appreciate it. People hanging out, chilling, lurking, you name it. Do a little more shuffling and we'll get right to it in probably like a minute. Cool, glad to hear it. Spirit Wolf says, this is good. I'm learning a lot. Just chilling and vibing, taking it in. Let's see, 20410. Okay, this next reading is going to be Dungeon Meshi DPS. Dungeon Meshi DPS, do a 5-card spread. I'll explain along the way, so we'll just take a look at your story or script or just see where you're at, what's going on now with you. We'll get Page of Cups represented by the frog. A generic frog, not a tree frog, just a frog. Page of Cups, let's get Cups. Hit up Page. Insights, messages, creativity, comfort, possibilities, imagination, inspiration, curious, talents, ideas, plans, opportunities. So you got a lot of ideas, a lot of things you want to put into action. You're got talent and just generally creative. You're curious, so you also want to branch out. You don't want to stay stuck, not stuck, but you don't want to keep doing the same things either. You want to branch out. You want to expand. You want to grow. You have pretty good insight. Maybe you've been around a lot, having ideas of how things work more, so you're more determined to do the things you want to do. Talks about messages. It could be literally receiving and giving a lot of messages, or even seeing signs of something that hint you towards doing something that you might want to do. Maybe even get inspired by these messages, but everything just generally good vibes. That's what having plans. So you have plans for the future, things you want to do and execute, and you kind of like want to do all the things, but there's still plenty of things you don't know you want to do. So it's just very fun. It's like constantly discovering and constantly getting inspired and constantly doing more, all in good ways, and using your talents, of course, to fuel these things. Pretty cool start. We're going to see where it goes. The second card represents the obstacle or the bump in the road or being cock blocked or a difficult boss or something impeding you from proceeding, or it could be as simple as a warning. And those cards I play in reverse, and reverse tarot cards have alternate meanings. So we get the Nine of Swords featuring a harbor seal. But it's going to be in reverse, so it's going to look just like that. So let me, Nine of Swords. Let's go take a look. Pull up the charts. All right, worry, fear, and anxiety and stressed is what it normally means, but it's in reverse, so it's going to have much similar, or I would say much different, but kind of similar meanings, but like a twist or reversed, or no you uno card reversed, but it's going to mean nightmares ending, being hopeful, good news, trust, worry is over, healing time, better future, secrets, anxiety released. So, I mean, during your journey, stresses and woes, or just ideas, you want to do all the things, being creative, nurturing those things, obviously, is, to me, better future, healing time. And like how it talks about secrets, maybe you didn't know something about yourself you didn't know about, or maybe you came out with secrets, or someone came to you about their secrets. But either way, things are out. You feel less stress, nightmares ending, you're releasing your anxiety. Maybe you found coping mechanisms for any bad things going on in your life or woes. But better futures ahead. The worry is over. It may not be about everything, but just generally what we're talking about. Maybe a specific task or hobby or something coming up. But again, you develop more trust with people, or learn to trust even more of yourself and your decisions. So very good stuff. And since it was in reverse, it's having all those great meanings. So there's really no negative or warning signs. Just you're on a good track. You're on a good path. So we're going to get to positive influences, the third card, and we get the Judgment, represented by a caracol. Not sure what that means, but it looks kind of like a lynx to me, so maybe it's a type of lynx. Well, let's go take a look at Judgment. I know it talks about rebirth and like dying, but like metaphorically. Judgment, rebirth, critic. Reconcile, new decisions, new path, ending of a phase, growing up, rejuvenate, renewal, restructuring, self-improvement, transformation, fresh start. So continuing to explore your hobbies and passions and good stuff, or things you're into, things you care about, things you really want to improve or just go further and see where it goes. This leads to goodness. It says ending of a phase, so maybe you completed some tasks, did some things, and you're like, I'm content with this. Now I want to do something else. I want to do more. And over the time, you're improving your skills and hobbies, and just, or even your communication, or just being a person. You just have general improvements. And now, maybe you did a little thinking, and now there's new decisions you have to make, new paths open, new things you want to do. It's like, okay, I only have so much time in a day. What do I want to do? Do I want to keep doing what I'm doing? Do I want to try this new thing? Do I want to do that new thing? But at least more ideas and options are coming your way. And it talks about restructuring, so maybe you're tinkering with yourself emotionally, mentally, physically. Just you're rethinking, you're rebuilding your castle type of thing, your home or your mind. It talks about transformation. That could be metaphorical, physical, literal, you name it. But I like how it says fresh start. So really just more on the right or a good, I won't say right or wrong path, but on a very good path. You know more of what you want to do. Focus your energy on what you like, what you don't like. It's all just leading to goodness. So with that, we're going to just fast forward a little bit and go bzz, and then check out the near future to see what we get, where you're at. But not King, Knight of Cups, which has a gecko on it. So let's go to Cups and go to Knights. See what it might have to say. Okay, King keeps saying King. Knight of Cups, charming, imaginative, romantic, and offering new experiences, kindness, intuition, follow your dreams, overly optimistic, moody, going with the flow. So maybe love life happening, or maybe something sparked in you and you want to try something new to spice it up, or who knows. But I just like how the cards say new experiences, so you want more from life, or you experience new stuff. It's opening your eyes more to just good vibes and everything. Talks about imagination. That's where your creativity is. Just follow your dreams. So you still want to pursue more of what you want to do and do more of that and make things come true and manifest them. It could be business. It could be hobbies, passions. It could just literally anything. It's not being moody. So maybe now you're kind of in a mood. You're a little disgruntled, or maybe just your emotions are a little less in balance. Things tick you off more. You get more happy. Talks about kindness. So along your way, maybe you realize how more fortunate you are now. Looking back, you're like, oh man, I used to do that or be that way. I used to be such a grump or whatever, but now you're just more kind to others. There's a lot of characters more charming and romantic, so maybe just whatever's going on in your life. One sec. That back. Okay, so follow your dreams. Talk about overly optimistic. Maybe things are going so good for you that you can't see any bad. You're like, no, it's all going to work out. It's almost like you get a little blind because things are going so well and good. Going with the flow, always important. Things happening organically. You're not really forcing. I mean, I know you have to force certain things to make things happen, but this, you just go with all things are flowing nicely. Everything's coming organically, smoothly, if you will. So, but big thing is more new experiences. So maybe you found something you're into that you didn't know before and you want to explore that more. Different paths, different ways of being, you name it. So the fifth card is going to be the long-term results, or the end game, ending credits, final raid boss. And we get the Three of Wands, featuring a blue-eyed Lucy Ball Python. That is one hell of a name. Three of Wands. Let's pull it up. All right, overseas opportunities, progress, prediction, success, setting goals, new opportunities, new ideas, news coming, good advice, ships coming in, travel, hopeful, future visions, expansion. The new opportunities, or maybe the new experiences, are you just pursuing more of your stuff, or even leading to like potential business partnerships, investors, or just word of mouth spreading, hey, new product. But either way, new things are happening, new chances out there, new opportunities, a lot of success in your progress. You even have new ideas and new things to do and other things you want to try and do and pursue. Or not like say you're abandoning other things, but you want to do more, you have more ideas. Like just I want to do more. It says news coming, good advice. Maybe you're giving good advice or receiving good advice, but it's helping you grow. Talks about travel, so maybe more travel in your future or possible relocation. About future vision, so maybe just ideas come into your head more later, but now you're getting more stuff and not thinking about like the now, but like, oh man, I want to do that, or just, more future orientated. You're still living in the present, of course, but like you're getting more ideas of things you want to do later down the road when you finish current tasks or gigs or whatever. That's what being very hopeful, because everything's looking good and great. So of course you got to be hopeful in your ideas and beliefs, because you're like on top of the world. I like how it talks about expansion. So say like a business wise, maybe expand, get employees, open up a bigger office, just or even personal growth, mentally, physically, metaphorically, literally, just expanding growth, forward momentum, doing more of what you want in life. Ships coming in, so maybe people are coming, flocking to you now. It could be like, say, customers, it could be friends, it could be opportunities, just overall very happy, good reading. And with that, we do a bonus oracle card to just complement the reading, and we get Baba Yaga, life cycle. I mean, that's pretty self-explanatory, but one way to interpret it is things come and go, reborn, death, emotionally, physically, journeys, gigs, jobs. So just everything has a lifespan. Things come and go. Don't worry about it. Embrace and enjoy the stuff now. And remember the stuff that happened along the way. It can inspire you to do stuff later and new projects and tasks. I hope that was cool for you. And we will shuffle and get on to the next. Couple minutes and
120%!
thank you for the 120%. Let me just pull up the timestamp. Okay, 2/7/2/18. Okay, the next reading is for Dutch French Toast. Dutch French Toast, I do a 5-card spread. I'll explain along the way, but we're just taking a look at how you're doing now, reading your script or book or story, playing a game. And we start off with 7 of Swords with the Barn Owl. So let's pull up 7 of Swords and just see what it has to say. Once it loads, of course. I should really download, well, not download, I should write these down and have my own spreadsheet. I don't have to rely on the internet in case it's ever down. I'm streaming, so I need the internet, so what am I saying? All right, 7 of Swords. Strategic, betrayal, deception. Lies, lying to yourself, doing something covertly. Cut your losses. Secrets. Things happening beneath the surface, things you haven't thought about. Something behind your back. Learning secrets about yourself. Secrets being revealed. Truths coming to light. Tricky. Moving somewhere new. Avoidance. Escaping. So this one's a whole mouthful. So maybe you're putting on a mask for someone, or personas, or living double lives, and maybe it's too much, or maybe even triple lives. Like maybe with, say, family you act one way, with friends you act one way, alone by yourself you act one way, online you act differently. So it's like a infinite persona and masks, and it's getting exhausting maybe, and you just want to be more genuine, but for whatever reason you're lying to yourself about it. or maybe you discovered something about yourself you feel uncertain about, or you don't want to admit or want to embrace. But either way, whatever it may be, it could be even situations or whatever, it's coming out and it's getting kind of exhausting, constantly, in a sense, running. And then the card talks about moving somewhere new, maybe relocating, or maybe mentally it's like you're hiding and running from yourself. Talks about avoidance and escaping, so maybe you're not good with confrontation, or people calling you out or noticing these things about you, but you don't know, again, how to process it. You're just constantly dodging the question. Or like, use an example is someone like is going to ask you a very specific question, like say, hey, I need money or something, but you just avoid them because you don't want them to ask it, or them to broach the subject. Or maybe it could be something about yourself, it could be something, maybe your sexuality, maybe gender identity, or just the way how you feel in life, but just something about yourself that you kind of don't want to come out, but it's coming out. Hence the deception, because you're trying to put on this act or mask, or maybe you're trying to please other people. Maybe you're doing something, pretending to be happy and like it, but on the inside it's kind of not fulfilling, or maybe you're miserable, but you can't bring yourself also to tell people you don't like it, or you can't admit to yourself, I don't like it, I want to keep trying and doing the thing, but it's kind of deep down kind of making you feel not good. Also talks about betrayal, so maybe someone betrayed you or you betrayed them, but I think more they betrayed you, so that's why you're so on guard and have these like multiple personas and stuff, and running and kind of on the run, if you will. So the second card is going to be the obstacle. It represents, well, the obstacle is something impeding your path, bump in the road, being cock blocked, a difficult dungeon boss, something you have to maybe pay attention to, a warning, or don't fall in that trap hole there. But I play those cards in reverse, and reverse tarot cards have alternate meanings. This card, we get Two of Cups featuring giraffes. It's usually almost like the Lover's card, but it's going to be in reverse, so we'll see what it has to say. Two Cups, where are you? Ooh. Website's slowing down today. Please speed up. Two of Cups, partnership, attraction, love, sharing is what it means normally, but we got it in reverse, so it's going to be relationships ending, separating, completing commitments, disagreement, dislike, leaving, not compatible, self-love, distrust. The first card talked about running and hiding and maybe stuff about yourself coming to light. This card's now going a little further than that, but this is more in a romantic or love sense, or it can even be your love for something, a passion. It doesn't have to be a person, or it could be hobbies. It could be your job or something, but it's talking about relationships ending, separating, you're done with it, you're closing the chapter in the books in this one. Find out not compatible, so maybe it doesn't work out. Maybe you're unhappy with it, so you're like, I'm done, I don't want to keep this charade going. Completing commitments, maybe you picked up a gig or did some contract work or something, but you couldn't bail in the middle of it, so you did see it through, but now you're like, I'm not ever doing that again or taking on that client again. That's about disagreements and dislikes, so maybe something along during your contract or gig or whatever, things are looking good, but as things went on, say like you had a team or something, like a construction crew or team, and you weren't getting along with a lot of people, and a lot of drama started to happen during the actual work, but you couldn't just leave, you all had to fulfill the contract and build the building or whatever, or build the structure, and it left you feeling bitter, not compatible, again, just things not working out. But if it's talking about love and relationships, then it just, well, either way, whatever the case is, job, hobbies, it just wasn't working out, not feeling it, wasn't right. That also left you with some distrust, or others with distrust, because maybe you weren't being honest with your feelings, maybe they weren't being honest with their feelings. So again, it's like, are you lying to me? You had this persona mask on, you're living multiple lives, just like, be honest. The good thing about this card talks about self-love, so maybe relying less on external validation, learning to self-care and believe in yourself, and be a genuine you, because you'll be happier that way. So with that little topsy-turvy thing, you worked it out, got through it, and now we're going to get to the third card, positive influences, and we get the Nine of Pentacles, which has a chinchilla. Go down to the Pentacles. 9. All right, it means abundance, financial success, luxury. Self-sufficient, seeing your worth, mastery, prosperity, fortune, security, and enjoying nature. So I like how it says self-sufficient because the other one talked about separating, being more independent, and also self-care and love. Talks about seeing your growth. So maybe by doing this, taking a step back, ending things, doing, quitting or not stopping things you don't want to do anymore. You can focus more on things you do want to do, things that make you happy, things you're passionate about. That's why good fortune, security, and abundant, and seeing your growth. So you're pursuing whatever more you're into. Again, hobby, passions, relationships, friendships, job opportunities. You're directing your energy to more of what you want, what you interest, where you vibe with, what you flow with. I talked about mastery, so it could even be like maybe school, you're training, you're skilling up a bit, so you could really do more of what you like more efficiently, be better at it, and people are recognizing that. And it says enjoying nature, so maybe that's also literally just going out, touching some grass, enjoying the scenery, going to a lake, smelling the air in the mountains, or literally getting back to your roots. Could be another way to see it as. Overall good stuff. We're going to fast forward a bit and go to the near future and see how you're doing, where things are going. And we get 7 of Cups, which is featuring the European Badger. Go back to Cups and go to 7 Century of Cups. Seven of Cups, opportunities, choices, wishes. Confusion, not focused, lots of options, wishful, fantasizing, feeling lost, indecisive. Visions, dreams. So you're confused, let's say you're not focused because you're overwhelmed, there's too many things to do. You feel lost because, well, again, the confusion and not focused, but there's so much opportunities now, more options, more paths to go. You're kind of maybe at a loss because now you have to make more choices, and they could be painful choices. You can't have your cake and eat it too. You have to make choices, and those other choices may not be there later. So it's like you have to commit to something knowing that you may not be able to do the other thing. So if you want to do all the things, it's saying you can over time, but right now it's like you're gonna have to really think about what you want to do in what order. Even if you can go back and revisit something or like whatever, or it'd still be there, it may not be there later either. It's about fantasizing, so maybe just a little more in your headspace, being wishful for a more perfect world, and maybe fantasizing that you can do it all, or just being creative. Talks about dreams and visions, so a lot of stuff in your head you see the end of the tunnel, but you're like, there's so many tunnels, which one do I want to go for? So you're creating a vision, your world per se, and then you're just deciding what you want to do and where to go with it. But big thing is lots of choices, so you might feel overwhelmed because there's too much, like sensory overload type of thing. So now we're going to get the 5th and final card, which is going to be the far future, long-term results, final raid boss, ending credits, yada yada yada, and we get the King of Swords featuring whale sharks. Look at that big guy. Go to Swords and go to King. Right, King of Swords, intelligence, truth, and power. Rational, balance, innovative, cooperation, strength, committed, and clarity. Better headspace. You're committed to your actions. You've come a long way. You keep going. You know you can do the things. It's just going to take time. You're more rational about it. So the other card talked about fantasizing, dreams, vision, but now you're not necessarily being more realistic because you can still fantasize and have dreams and stuff, and imagination under your passions. But now it's like your headspace is more rational now, intelligence, wiser, more wisdom. It says power and strength, and that the strength can mean to make a decision or not to, from when to abstain, when to do something, when to take action. Also talks power could be physical power, it could even be like influential power. It talks about innovative, so you're on a good, fun path, I should say. You're committed to your decisions now even more, so more confidence. You believe more in what you're doing. You're not confused or lost or like second guessing yourself as much. That's about clarity. You can think again with a clear head. You're not overloaded as much or sensory overload. Or maybe you just leveled up, like as if it's an RPG, you leveled up, and now you have more base stats and better equipment, talent trees, so you just overall leveled up more. It talks about cooperation, so also partnerships, businesses, friendships, relationships. So with that cooperation, so you learn to kind of give a little, get a little. Maybe you got to lend a helping hand. Maybe people help you out. So either way, just more teamwork orientated for what you believe in, what you want to do. Or maybe you want to help others pursue what they're into and help them that way. So now we're going to get a bonus Oracle card, just an extra topping on it. Like a fortune cookie, just something to complement it. Completely different cards and decks, but just a bonus, if you will. We get the horse, which represents exploration. So maybe you're curious about more, want to do more, hobbies, passions, maybe more curious about yourself, discovered something about yourself that you're not aware of, but you want to explore. Something intrigues you to explore more of something or some things. Excuse me. So Dutch French toast, I hope that was cool for you. Gonna shuffle and get right on to the next. Those dino nuggies. Or corgi nug, that is awesome. I just moused over it, but when I saw them, like, those look like brontosaurus, like dinosaur, like chicken nuggets. That's hilarious. That's exactly what it is. You know, the emojis are so small. What's cooking with you, Spirit Wolf? How you been? Ooh, let me just change the song. That is a nice one. You've been good? Good. Glad to hear it. I was going to say good, but that just sounds so automatic. So sorry. Glad to hear it. 2, 33, 30. Okay, this next reading, let me pull it up. Next reading is for Critical Strike Lemon. Critical Strike Lemon, I do a 5-card spread. Tells a little story about you, how you're doing now, where you're going, what's up, troubles, woes. And I'll just explain on the way. It's general reading. So there's no, say, addressing a question. We're just letting the cards decide and my interpretation and just see how things go, what it might mean, where it could lead, yada, yada, yada. And I'm using an animal deck. And so the first card to you, or just taking a look at you, I guess, is the Empress, featuring the Pomeranian. Good fortune, happiness, success, growth, nurturing, divine, feminine. But let me just click on the chart and pull it up just to see if I missed anything on it. All right, beauty, nature, abundance, motherly or divine feminine, nurturing, healing, love, comfort, fertility, good harvest, fortune, and success. So pretty much very good and comforting card, powering, if you will. Things are plentiful. Things are going good. It could be, work, money, job, material things, friendships, whatever, you name it, relationships. The cool thing is comfort. So people come to you for comfort, or you go to them and give, you give or take comfort, but there's comfort in you. Either you're giving comfort or you easily take comfort in just the good vibes around you. Talks about nurturing. So naturally going to nurture and foster friendships, relationships, your hobbies, your passions, your work, and abundance. So there's a lot going on for you right now. And Spirit Wolf says, I don't like spicy stuff, but for some reason this pizza is spicy. What flavor or what toppings or what kind of pizza did you get? That's just the first card. So the second card is going to represent the obstacle. Now this one might represent something more: cock blocking you, troubles, a difficult raid boss in a video game, a trap in the ground, like a pitfall trap, or just something you need to pay attention to, or even simple something as a warning, but literally an obstacle, something impeding your journey. And we play those upside down, and tarot cards upside down have alternate meanings. So we get Two of Swords featuring an axolotl, but it's going to be upside down, so this little guy is going to look like that. So let me pull it up. Was that swords? Yeah. Spirit Fox says, my dad put pepperoni, sausage, and ham. Not too bad. Shouldn't be that spicy. Unless you put like those red pepper flakes on it, those can really make it spicy. Alright, Two of Swords usually means decisions, options, and avoidance. And confusion, but it's in reverse, so it's going to mean decisions made, moving forward, change, release, hard decisions. So maybe you're overwhelmed, maybe you had a timeline or a deadline that you had to make choices, or something really big and impactful, you made it. It was hard, but you made it, and now you're moving forward. You're releasing and letting go of any what ifs, or it could have been this way. Like you stand firm and strong and confident in whatever decision you made, even if it was difficult. And it talks about moving forward. You're not going to dwell on it. What's done is done. You're moving on. And again, release, letting go of any emotional baggage or things of the past, because you made this choice. It could be a life change. It could be moving. It could be a new job. It could be anything, or say friendship, relationship, marriage. You're like, it's done. Not everyone may not agree with it or be supportive, or if they are, cool, but either way, you're like, this is my decision. I'm doing it. Deal with it, but in a good way, not like a bad way. So with that, we're going to move on to positive influences, the third card, and we get Three of Swords, and it has a spotted garden eel. So this is a very sad card, so pretty interesting it's showing up here, but the obstacle card was almost like a freebie because there's just forward momentum and goodness, or maybe a warning saying, hey, something hard and difficult is coming up. You're going to have to really sit down and think about, make a choice, and it's going to have a lot of weight on it and pros and cons. Now the third card is the Three of Swords, and it's kind of a doozy. So let me go to Swords. And pull it up. It even has a little stress symbol like Darkest Dungeon, so you kind of have an idea of the card, and he's crying. Three of Swords, heartbreak, sorrow, and hurt, loss, irritable, conflict, misunderstandings, hurt feelings, stress, painful situations, stressful change, deep emotions. So whatever this decision was you made was really big and it's hitting you hard. So maybe it's like marriage, or maybe rejection of marriage or feelings. It could be a job, promotion that requires you to move, or maybe you got denied a promotion, but just something really big to you. It doesn't matter what it is, because if it's big to you, it's big. But your heart's broken, hurt feelings, misunderstandings. You just feel at a loss. Everything's painful, stressful change, overall stress. So just maybe this decision, even though it was a good thing, there's some baggage or big changes also coming with it. But you went into it fully knowing that it was going to be because again, it's a difficult or painful choice to make. So it's going to weigh in a lot. It's going to weigh in heavily, deeply on your emotions and feelings for a while. It talks about loss, so maybe friendships were lost along the way because of whatever the decision was. You're irritable because you're kind of stuck now temporarily in this rut of heavy emotions in your thoughts, a lot of feelings going around depending on the pros and consequences of what the context of this big, heavy thing is. Let's see. Spirit also says, I'm glad summer is here. Lots of jobs are opening up. I still hate my last job. Well, one of them. So many jobs here are opening, but when I go and you go apply to them, they're not really hiring. They're just doing it to pretend. Well, if they are, they just want seasonal people. But, I'm like, I need something real, not just a temp job. I want a solid job. But I know around summer, a lot of people get out of school. Vacations happen. So it's just like, there's even more competition. That makes it hard for people. That third card was a doozy. So the positive thing could be is maybe that you did what you had to do, what needed to be done, even though it hurt, you did it, and now you can start working on healing and moving forward. Now we're going to fast forward a bit to the near future to see how it's all going. And we get Page of Pentacles featuring lap rabbits. So let's go down to Pentacles and hit Page. If it wants to load. All right, it has loaded. Page of Pentacles, manifesting, financial opportunity, skill development, productive, new discoveries, being careful, good financial news, eager to learn, educational opportunities, thrifty, determination, patience, building a solid foundation, new businesses, financial income, creating success. So after all those woes, clearing up the things, picking up all the pieces, communicating with everyone, learning more about yourself, reflecting, all that, you name it. You want to make more come true. You want to pursue your passion hobbies more. You want to manifest more. To skill development, school development opportunity. So maybe you decide to go to a university to learn something in hopes of a better future for a job. Or maybe you just want to learn something because you think it's cool, but you want to actually learn more about it rather than just like say reading in books, but like you want to go to school and learn it and even get into or master that skill. You're eager to learn, so you're into it, you're fired up and passionate about it, you're productive. It says new discovery, so maybe you discovered something about yourself that you didn't know about, or you discovered something you're into and you want to, it really intrigued you, so you're like, I want to learn more about this thing. Talks about patience because it takes time. You may not fully understand it or yourself, so learning something new is fun, but at the same time it can also be stressful, but you're determined to persevere through it and see it through. So just new and exciting stuff. Talks about new businesses, so maybe or new business and financial income and creating success. So it could be an idea, be you even opening a shop or business partner or something, but it's going to flourish because you're into it, you're curious, you're excited for it, you're passionate about it, whatever it may be. So pretty cool because that third card is very sad, but things are turning around. Fifth card is going to be long-term results, maybe the far future end game, final raid, dungeon boss, maybe the ending credits, who knows. We get the King of Swords featuring a whale shark yet again, because we got a King of Swords, a previous reading. It's the final card, so I think that's pretty cool. Let's go to Swords and go to King. Alrighty, King of Swords, intelligence, truth, and power. Rational, balanced, innovative, cooperation, strength, committed, clarity. So you're committed to the thing you're into. You want to take it further, either it be hobby, passion, job, whatever it is. You have more confidence, your clarity. You're not confused or sad. You're not letting things cloud your judgment more. You can think more clearly, but you're also more rational living in the real world. Not that you can't use your imagination and fantasize, but you're more with what you want to do. You have a more clearer vision of how you want to execute it and want to do it and proceed. Talks about the truth, or just truth in general, that you believe what you're doing is right, even though other people disagree with it, or maybe you're bringing the truth or bringing light to something else. Being balanced, the good balance between reality and fantasy. You know how to juggle your finance, or I should say, manage your finances. A much better head on your shoulder, more overall stability. Cooperation, so maybe you didn't do this alone, or maybe it's a group effort thing and everyone including yourself, when you got to give a little to get a little. Job wise, the burden or the brunt of the work is shared on everyone. It doesn't all fall into one person. Talks about power, maybe having the power, or it says power and strength. It could be physical. It could be the power and strength could be determination that got you here, or it could be the power and strength not to do something or not take action and abstain. And then also talks about intelligence, so you're wiser, more wisdom now, better overall better headspace, mind space you're in. That was the reading, and now we're going to do a bonus oracle card, which is just a separate card. It's not tarot, but I like to just do it as like a fortune cookie cherry on top to wrap up the reading, kind of complement it. And we get the hat, which represents uniqueness. So this is like those, like, maybe you're more unique, maybe you want to stand out, maybe you're more into fashion, but you're different from the herd, I guess, or special in a way. You're not like everyone else, and people are going to see that, and it could either be, you know, you dressing up, how you express yourself, gender identity, even just your body language. But people might see it as you're off, or in this case, unique, because if everyone is the same, life is boring. This way, it's just saying you have a little more eccentric, you have a little more pizzazz or bedazzle, or you just have a little more attitude or life in you. Not to be confused with those people that wear fedoras and believe the fedoras give them a personality. That's completely different. But hopefully that was cool for you. But yeah, thanks for taking it. Sorry, but Critical Strike Lemon, hope that was good for you. And let's see if I can just bang out these last three. And then maybe call it a stream or see if I have time for a live reading. It looked like it was like a wizard witch's hat, and it had all these other things. Pretty cool stuff. I love the artwork on the cards too, both the Oracle and Tarot cards. And in the near future, I'll be campaigning or kickstarting to make my own cards. But there's a lot of them. I think there's 76 or like 80. But I don't want to half-ass it, so in the next 2 years or something, I will start working towards that and start trying to fund the campaign of it. I'm really excited for that. But again, that takes a lot of time. I think on average, if I do a card start to finish, it's like 6 or 7 hours, give or take. I have to be in the right mood, the right mindset. I may do I might sketch out the card. I might come back and refine it, and then I might come back and color it. And then after I finish it, I'm like, am I actually satisfied with it? Because I made a couple cards I was not satisfied with. So to do it all in one sitting is rare. I did it, I think, once, but it's a lot, so I break it up. So even though in reality it's like, oh, 6 hours per card, you should theoretically get X cards done in X amount of time. But I'm like, yeah, but it's broken up. I'm not there the entire time to do a card start to finish. Because that leads to a lot of burnout too, unless I'm really jazzed up about it. I've only I have 4 cards completed, and one of them I want to just refine a little more, and one of them I ditched completely. I wasn't satisfied. So right now, out of the 76 or whatever, I only have 4. So I have 72 more to go. I'm sure by the time I get around to making all of them, I'm going to want to revamp some of them. It's one of the most recent ones I made. It is done, but at the same time, I'm like, hey, it needs a little more work on it. There's also going to be that feeling of wanting to go back and spiffy up and tidy up a card too and fix it up. So even though they're technically done, they're also not done at the same time. Just because of the fact that I can go back and add more to it. 249.10. I'll say 15. Okay, this reading is for Well Done Burger Patty. Man, I remember used to getting burgers well done when I was a kid because I was so grossed out by like rare and medium rare, any pink or like it being juicy. And I'm also Spanish, so in a lot of Spanish culture, we just scorch our food. But now when I get a burger, or if I'm at like a restaurant, I'll just say medium. If I'm cooking it for myself at home, I will do it still kind of well done, but I'll still try to make sure it's moist. But I let them decide too. But I appreciate, as I got older, the juicier burgers. But I can't do rare. That's too rare for me. So medium well is what I like, or just straight up medium. All right, well done, Burger Patty. I do a 5-card spread, and we'll just go, and I'll explain along the way. The first card is just going to be the general, how you in the moment, what we're doing, just taking a look at your book or script. Let's see. Spirit Wolf says, I'm still confused with that. I just want the burger cooked. Yeah, just different ways. So some people prefer it a little rare, chewier, juicier. Some people like it burnt like a hockey puck, but I like it like right in the middle, so it leaves room. But all right, the first card, let's take a look at your story or script and see what's going on. And we got the Three of Wands, featuring the blue-eyed Lucy Ball Python. Actually going to turn on a light because it's getting kind of dark in here. So Three of Wands, let's go. All right, Three of Wands, overseas opportunities, progress, prediction, success, progress. I already said that. New opportunities, setting goals, new ideas, news coming, good advice, ships coming in, travel, hopeful, future visions, expansion. So right now, travel might be in your future. It says ships coming in. That could be representing opportunity, or like, trade, like, people from a far off land, or it could be ships and it's time to go. That would be preferring more to ships leaving. So this is ships coming in, bringing more trade and like bountiful stuff to you or your area. Also being hopeful, always have high hopes because things are good. You have a lot of success. You're making progress and forward momentum. New opportunities are coming up. And you're overseeing opportunities. So not only are you pursuing and taking opportunities, but you might be also giving them. Talks about expansion, so always growth, literal expansion, like, or if it's a game, like a city simulator game, you're just growing your city and town. This future vision, so you have even more ideas on the horizon that you might want to pursue and do. There's news coming, so maybe good news, bad news, whatever, just news is coming of things happening. I just like that overall new ideas because you're being creative, intuitive, passionate about stuff, and you're like, oh, I want to do this, I want to build that, I want to pursue this, I want to learn how to cook. Like, you just have all the ideas, you want to do all the things, but it requires a lot of planning. So, and that's where you are right now. You're kind of like on top of a mountain, or the original card artwork, there's this like wise looking guy with his wands, and he's on top of a hill or mountain looking over at the sea, and he sees ships coming in, and it's like as if it's like a new promised land type of a thing in the artwork. So very cool start, but let's see where it goes. Now we're going to get to the obstacle, and this card represents, well, an obstacle, cock block, bump in the road, difficult raid boss, warning maybe, something impeding you, or something you might have to pay attention to in order to proceed. And those are going to be played in reverse, and which will have alternate meanings, but for now, I'll show you the card, and we get the Page of Wands featuring a Quokka. So it's going to look like this, and I'll get to Page and see what I'll read the regular meaning real quick, and then I'll tell you what it actually means because it's in reverse. Page of Wands usually means ideas, potential, inspiration, and enjoy life. But in reverse, it's going to mean unhappy, bad news, impulsive, unreliable, trouble, lack of energy, discouraged, obstacles. So funny that this card involves obstacles because that is the card slot we're in. So maybe the news that came in was bad news. You're impulsive and just kind of tweaking out, not thinking through things through as much, and just more instinctual. This is unreliable, so maybe you made promises, took more tasks, or put more food on your plate than you could chew, and you're not fulfilling things, or you're not ending things, or keeping your end of the bargain. Trouble, you're getting into trouble, maybe you're pissing people off. And this can also apply to other people towards you. So maybe other people are impulsive, maybe other people unreliable, maybe like business partnerships or ideas. So say like getting a roommate, yeah, I'm gonna move in with a friend. You still down for moving in together? And they're like, yeah. And when the day comes, like, oh yeah, I'm not moving anymore. And you're like, oh, that would have been very good to know because I signed the lease and, ended my job or transferred, just stuff like that. So it can go both ways. but it might be more generally towards you. So being discouraged, lack of energy, and being unhappy because of the bad news, or maybe things weren't working out as good before. Because the first card was all like forward momentum, go, 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 you are great, you are awesome, bright future. Now things are reality setting in more, or maybe the ideas and visions you saw the end results, but you didn't see the journey. So it's like, oh, I just saw all the good at the end of the tunnel, but you didn't actually think about going through the tunnel and what maybe you overlooked and forgotten about like potential dangers or risks. So I've got a lot to work out, a lot of obstacles to overcome. Hopefully you get out of there soon. And if you're not there and things are going good, then maybe it's a warning that that could happen. But I feel like you're in here now, so it's like work these things out, try to better yourself, help, do what you can, and so you can proceed. And by doing all that, you'll get to the third card, positive influences, and we get the Five of Cups featuring a corgi. So let me pull up cups. And we go to 5. Okay, 5 of Cups, regret, pessimism, moving on. Sadness, a loss, new phase, waiting for resolutions, transformation. Past hurts, sorrow, regret, ending relationships, failure, and blame. It's a very sad card. Things didn't work out. You're at a loss, net loss. Could be financially, emotionally. You're waiting for things to finish and, resolutions. So maybe you can't move on and better yourself or do other things until these other things resolve. Then the past hurts and burdens of the past come up. Regret and sorrow. So maybe bad decisions. Maybe people hurt you. You hurt others. You just remorseful of maybe things you've done to others or other things that people did to you. So ending relationships, so cutting your losses, maybe abusive relationship. It could even be with like not just partners, but like friends and family, jobs, gigs. Like you're just ending it. You're done. This failure and blame. Maybe you can't point the finger at anyone but yourself, but at least it was you who did it. And you could take kind of pride that you failed, but you know what, you're going to try again and do again. You're not going to just stop. Sorry, you're not going to fail and be like, oh boo hoo, I'm done. Like you're like, I got things to do. But you're pessimistic more now, so a little more cautious. But at least it says a new phase in your life. So after all this emotional baggage, working out your stuff, you still want to proceed, and you got to transform, and you have a new phase in your life, or plan, or work ethic, or even passion or hobby, but you're moving on from it. You're like, well, it didn't work out, or maybe you want to try again. A lot of woes came along, a lot of burdens, I was going to say a lot of shit came along, but it's like, okay, maybe the worst is over, so I can theoretically only go up. Or maybe things from the past came back to haunt you or bite you in the ass, but either way, you're like, I can't keep living in the past, I can't keep playing this control me. You want to move on, so you're purging yourself of this stuff. In even recent events, you're like, okay, I'm just going to move on and on to the next. I want to keep on living and doing things. So even though it's positive influence, maybe that's just saying once the things are over, you can freely proceed more to what you want to do. So the fourth card is going to be the near future. We just fast forward a little bit, go bzz, and we'll see what's going on with you. We get the Ace of Wands featuring the albino rat. Look at him, he's got a little paintbrush. Let's go to Wands and take a crack. Assuming it loads. Okay, Ace of Wands, inspiration, growth, delays. Great news in relation to new beginnings. Everything is falling into place. See the potential, having new ideas or inspirations. The other card talked about, or the first card and stuff talked about, news coming. This could correlate all the way back to the very first card, but it says inspiration. So first of all, delays. You got inspired, you're growing, you got good news, potentially good news coming, so you're waiting on something. That could also be like delays. So like say you're waiting for a job offer. You're told like, yeah, you're definitely going to get it, but then it's like weeks go by and they specifically tell you don't contact them, we'll contact you, and you're wondering, did I really get it? Did they pass? So it's just maybe a lot of waiting in anticipation of something good. Everything's falling into place. Everything's happening organically. Maybe by purging all that shit and burdens of the past, you moved on. You better yourself. You're in a better mind space. Things are falling into place organically. You're not forcing it. It's like you're going with the flow more. You have new ideas and inspiration. So maybe new things came to you, something you did or saw others do, or just something inspired you. And now you want to nurture that and have it grow. But basically, just a very things are going good after the two last harsh cards. So, and also very creative and inspiration, imagination. So very cool. Now we're going to get to the fifth card, final card, which is the near future, the far future, end game, long-term results, final raid boss, ending credits. We get the Seven of Swords, featuring the Barn Owl. So let's go to Swords and go to Seven Senshi. That is Cups. That is not Swords. There we go. Seven of Swords, strategic, betrayal, deception, lies, lying to yourself, do something covertly, cut your losses, secrets, things happening beneath the surface, things you haven't thought about, something behind your back, learning secrets about yourself, secrets being revealed, truths coming to light, tricky, moving somewhere new, avoidance, and escaping. So the long haul is you're back in another pickle. Maybe you weren't honest with yourself, maybe you're living multiple lives, or being dishonest with people, and now all those lies are coming to bite you in the ass, or the truth's coming out. Things about yourself you didn't know, maybe things you're ashamed of or didn't know how to process, those are coming out. So it could be many, many things. I like how it says moving somewhere new, because maybe the third card talked about new birth or like leaving and purging and moving. This might be doing it, but this is also saying you're avoiding and escaping stuff. So that could be reality. It could be you coming to terms with yourself of this new discovery. It could be you don't like what other people have to say. So it's just like, again, lies and deceptions. Or maybe you've been putting on act the whole time, and now it's getting very emotionally draining and exhausting, and even physically exhausting to uphold the act, if you will. And it's things are just coming out. So truths are coming out. You discover new stuff about yourself, and it's all coming to light, and then you're trying to dodge it, or maybe you just move, or maybe, who knows, you'll embrace it. But or maybe someone else is pointing it out to you and you didn't realize it. It also talks about betrayal, so you might have betrayed someone might have betrayed you. And let's see, Odd Bandicoot, hi, hope you're keeping well, see you later. Okay, sure, thanks for stopping by, I always appreciate it. Did I don't remember. Did I do a reading for you, Odd Bandicoot? I did so many in the last like week and a half. I almost lost track. I wrote it down, so I'll probably just have to read it on my spreadsheet. Anyway, so with that well done burger patty, so you made a full circle. Things were really great. They got a little iffy along the way. They went great again, but now you're like in the middle. New game. Maybe you died. Do you hit continue? Do you play a new game? Maybe your past came to bite you in the ass. Who knows? But so it's not really negative or positive ending. It just is ending. Things have changed and shifted. So nothing like super good, super bad. Just things changed. Bandicoot says a long time ago I need to do some stuff, but I'll say, I appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by. I hope that reading was cool or informative for you. And now we're going to do a bonus Oracle card, just as a little treat or extra topping, fortune cookie, cherry on top, word of encouragement, whatever. And we get John D, which represents vocation, not invocation, regular vocation. So you got the ideas. Bring them to life, execute, do, bring out, come forth, embrace, master, learn. And I could be completely wrong with the words, but I should probably look up some of these words. But the pictures also give me an idea of what it means, so I can either be totally off or, but If you know the meanings of the words too, you can apply it how you see fit as well, because all of this is up to down to one's interpretation, as well as what the cards mean, but then also interpreting the meanings of the cards and see how you can or cannot apply them to situations. So it leaves a lot of room for creativity, which to me is really cool. Super cool. So I'm going to shuffle some more, and then we'll do, I think we have 2 left. Shuffle, I'm going to take a drink of water, and then we'll get right on to the next. One second. Pull up the time set 3:06:50. All right, this reading is going to be for Rubik's Cube Tiger. No Rubik's Cube Tiger. I do a 5-card spread, kind of read your script or story, see what's going on, where you're at, what's up, and I'll explain it on the way. Each card represents something. The first card just general start, just seeing what's up. So nothing much to say there other than just reading the card, interpreting it. But as we go along more, that's when things start to get juicy. So the first card we get for your reading is The World, featuring the red panda. And if you're familiar with any of the tarot cards, you already have an idea of what the world means and what's in store, but let's just go over it. And it talks about new beginnings, ending cycles, making it after all, good fortune, success, you name it. So possibilities, travel, completion, completing things, time to end something, start something new. Seeing a bigger picture, ending cycles, a new world, ending old chapters, making it after all, new cycles, conclusion, fulfillment, reaching a goal, success, best outcome, travel, fresh start. So it's funny that's a fresh start because this is the very first card and things are looking already great. You've done a lot, closing old chapters, on to the next task or thing you're into. There's a lot of travel going on, seeing new things, experiencing new things. A lot of success, so always good. Fulfillment, what you're doing, you feel good about. It's not like you're wondering what's your purpose in life or will you feel joy. Just like everything's coming together. But that's only the first card. So the second card is going to be obstacle. And that is something maybe used against you or maybe has a warning to heed. It's literally an obstacle, bump in the road, cock block, difficult raid boss, something impeding you from proceeding. And I play those in reverse. So we get the Ace of Wands represented by the albino rat, but it's going to be in reverse. So we're going to take a look at that chart and see what it means in reverse. That's Wands. Where are you, Ace? All right, the Ace, inspiration, growth, and delays is what it usually means. It's seeing the potential. But in reverse, it's going to mean lacking passion, pleasure. You want to be more excited. You want to fix things. We are all feeling a bit down. You're not motivated. You don't know what to do. Delays are related to your new beginnings. Having a hard time seeing the opportunities are good. Lacking passion, lacking direction. But so this thing, oh boy, this is pretty heavy. It's the first thing, you're in king of the world, so maybe you weren't being honest with yourself. Maybe you're just doing things for the sake of it. You weren't really into it, or maybe you just feel lost and confused. So saying lacking passion, pleasure. Maybe you're doing things out of obligation rather than just things you want to do for yourself or naturally enjoy. Or maybe you feel like you're putting on an act for people. Or like almost like pretending like, oh, I'm gonna say enjoy or do these things for the sake of others, but you're not doing it for yourself, if that makes any sense. So not being motivated, you have delays to new beginnings. So maybe there's things you want to do and try, but you're waiting on something and it's taking longer than you thought. So you're gonna feel unmotivated and down because you're lacking passion and direction. So again, maybe you're not really into what you're doing, but maybe you don't know what you want to do. So you're just trying and experimenting. There's lack of direction. So maybe you're blindly doing these things with no real vision or goal in mind, or you're just like, yeah, I'll do it just because, which isn't a bad thing to me, but I guess you're just kind of lost now. You're just going with the flow. You're not sure what's going on, feeling naturally down. You want to be more excited. You want to do all the things. You want to be more hyped and pumped, but at the same time, it's just like maybe you're not sure what you're doing, where you want to go, what you want to do. So you're still like looking for an answer. Or maybe this is a warning that this could happen. You're on top of the world, so if you get knocked down, you're going to get knocked down really hard. But I feel like you're here kind of now. So hopefully you work through those, you discover, talk to people, whatever you need to do to proceed. And we get to positive influences, which is going to be the third card. And it is the Six of Cups, represented by the Chinese pangolin. The pang or ping? Yeah, pangolin. So let's go to Cups and take a look at how things are shaping up for you. Okay, Six of Cups, past memories, innocence and joy, happy memories, old friends, anniversary, celebration, moving, children, living in the past, playful. So before you were in this rut, maybe you were just thinking, or now that you got through it, you're like, man, those are some really good times. Kind of living in the past because maybe you're afraid or unable to create new good memories that, or maybe you hit such a high, like say growing up, that you plateaued earlier in life, so now nothing matches that, or you feel like you're only maybe going down. But still it's moving, celebration, so it's still a happy card, but you just more headspaces in the past. You remember the good times, and maybe old friends come back into your life. I like the idea of celebration, but so not completely living in the past, but maybe you got through all these negative things and now you're just taking a break to touch grass, smell the roses, enjoy the scenery, and just remembering the good times. So we're gonna get to the fourth card, which is sorry, I already said positive, the near future, and just fast forward a bit and see where you're at, and see if we get any good bleeps and bloops. And we get the Page of Cups featuring a frog. So let's go back to, well, we're still in Cups, so now we're going to go to Page and just see what's going on. Insights, messages, creativity, comfort, possibilities, imagination, inspiration, curious, talents, ideas, plans, and opportunities. So, ooh, this makes me feel a lot better because that second card is such a doozy. Third card is like, I need to slow down and take a mental health break and just recharge and recover from potential burnout. This card talks about messages, so maybe people message you, or your imagination, like dreams, things come to you, maybe you send messages. But I like that part about creativity and comfort because you're getting essentially gotten your mojo back, and now you're fueling yourself with more imagination and inspiration. Again, you're even curious to do other things and try other things and look into other things and maybe pursue those. You have a lot of plans and you want to execute them, so now just figuring out what you want to do, how you want to do it, and where it'll take you. That's what opportunities. So this opened up a wide range of opportunities just because of your insight and talents. Like, you got your mojo back, you're full back in the swings, things are looking, you're inspired, you want to do the things, you got ideas and plans, you want to execute them, start communicating again. Maybe you went into hiding for a bit or low down the communication, but you're more social again. So it's almost like as if it felt like you took a break from social media and all your friends and work and jobs, like you just super long vacation because of burnout, and now you're back recharged and revitalized and ready to go. So very good, very cool stuff. Now we're going to get to the fifth card, which is the long-term results, far future, end game, rolling credits, final raid boss, final challenge maybe. And we get Knight of Pentacles featuring red pandas. Let's go down to the Pentacles and see what the Knight has to say. Okay, hard work, productive, perfectionist. Good things take time. You know your value. You value yourself. Go for the treasure. Go for the goal. Progress. New experiences ahead. Patience. Security. Planning. Productive. Loyal. So I like how it says new experiences again. It says also the last card was talking about new things or over the course of the reading. Even more planning, you want to do the things, but I just like how it says hard work because it's now paying off and bearing fruit. You're more productive. You value yourself more. You know maybe your limits, or say like in the terms of an employer, you're going after a raise or promotion. You can more confidently sell yourself where you know your value. And also same thing with an employer or like a gig. If they underpay you, undervalue, not treat you well, you have no problem saying, I'm worth more than this, but not in a cocky way, but more in a self-embiggening, empowering way. That you're tired, or maybe you took gigs or jobs or things or did favors for friends that you would pay or get paid less than you were comfortable with, but you know, as a gig was a gig or something, you know, like a commission's a commission. You just take it. You'd rather get it than not get one, but now you know your value more. Things take time for your craft or passion, so you don't want to undercut yourself or screw yourself too much, so you know your value. I like how there's new experiences ahead, even more new things coming. Talks about patience because your hard work takes time, but you're getting the progress and forward momentum that you love. Being loyal to yourself, maybe you're true to yourself or a company, friendships, partners, whatever. And you're not just loyal out of obligation or being forced. You're loyal because you want to be. It feels right. So very good ending because it got a little wishy-washy, but then it totally cleared up. That was your reading, and now we're going to do a quick oracle card as a bonus. It just complements the reading. It's independent though, but you can still apply it to the reading. It's like a little fortune cookie or like a cherry on top. And we have Gandalf, dedication. So you're dedicated to your hobbies and passions or whatever it is you're doing. And that's really good because it means passion's there, you're in it, you're vibing with it, you're dedicated, you're confident, and you're happy. More so, you're proud of what you're doing. So that's very, very, very cool. I hope that was good for you. Yeah. Just shuffle. I think I have one more, and then we'll probably wrap it up. Let's shuffle for a bit, and we'll get on to the next. All right, we'll just pull up the queue list. And time 3:19:15. Okay, this reading is for Jackal of the Mesh. Jackal of the Mesh, we do a 5-card spread. I tell a story or read your script, and we go from there. And I'll explain along the way. So the first card's just going to be very straightforward. See how you're doing, what's up. And we get the Fool, represented by the Arctic Fox. His eyes look a little derpy, but that's besides the point. So if you're already familiar with tarot cards, you might know the Fool is very adventurous, fresh start, new beginnings, enthusiastic. Excuse me. But we'll go through it. The Fool, beginnings, innocence, risk taking, new beginnings, carefree, believe in a new you, take a leap of faith, openness, adventurous, spontaneous, fresh start, free spirit, enthusiastic, trust, faith, opportunities, dedication, having what you need, blind faith, naive, prepared. So I guess one of the best ways to describe this is the adventure begins, or like your new game. You're excited. Maybe you went through some personal struggles and got through them, or personal transformation. You're excited, like the new you, like, I feel great. Today I start the rest of my life, or today I begin living. Naturally, you're going to be adventurous, you're going to be more open, but maybe naive because you're so into the new you. You might overlook stuff or be more gullible in a sense, but you're also prepared at the same time. So you're just starting fresh. It could be job, friendship, relationship, hobbies, passions, whatever. You feel good about what you're doing, and you can't wait to see where it's going to go. So the next card we're going to get is the Obstacle, and this is where things start mixing up a bit and getting juicy. Played in reverse, and if anyone's not familiar, tarot cards played in reverse have alternate meanings. So maybe this card's used against you, maybe it's a warning, maybe it's something as simple as, hey, watch out, but either way it'll have alternate meanings. It could be being cockblocked, it could be a bump in the road, it could be a difficult boss in a video game, or just something impeding your forward momentum, and you need to find a way to get through it. So here we get the Eight of Cups with a, but I have to read this, Baird's Tapir, but it's going to be played in reverse, so it's have alternate meanings, so we're going to go to that. And then I'll read some of the regular meanings first, and then I'll read what it actually means for the sake of the position that it's in. So, all right, Eight of Cups means disappointment, walking away, indecisions, and searching for something new, like you yearn for more. But in reverse, it's going to mean feeling unsure of what to do, not sure how to move forward, doubt and indecision, nothing is perfect, disappointment. So you're pretty stuck right now. I'm confused. You're scared to make a move. You don't know how to make a move. You're kind of disappointed maybe in yourself or the thing you wanted to do because you're not sure if it's quote unquote the right thing, or you didn't really have a plan. Maybe you got jazzed up. I didn't know how to execute something. Or maybe you did some trial and error and you failed a few times and now you're just at a loss. Nothing's perfect, so you're not being unfair to yourself or anyone else. Life is RNG. Nobody's perfect. Demanding perfection from imperfect beings or humans. So, demanding perfection from anyone's kind of unrealistic or unfair. Not that we can't strive to be better or do, say, good, but it's asking a lot. But you don't know what to do, how to move forward. So it's literally stuck in the obstacle. So this isn't even a warning. You're stuck. And you need to find a way to get through. I don't know how you're going to get through, but if you work it out, find a way, maybe something inspires you, or get out of a rut if you're in one. We get onto the third card, positive influences. And that is the Eight of Wands, represented by the Florida manatee. So let me pull that up. We go to Wands, and we go to 8. Eight of Wands. Action, movement, change, moving forward, quick action, fast progress, new ideas, reaching goals, vacations, travel, change, moving. So good job on working out whatever you did, because now you're faster, you want to do all the things, you have many ideas, you're getting good progress, or let's say you're into new skills or hobbies or new jobs, you're learning quickly, you're not like say stuck in the beginner phase of things you're in. You quickly at least get to like a more competent or like stage. Let's say like a skill level something. You're not stuck as a novice, so you're leveling up quickly. Or you have a fast start, I should say, accelerating start. You're reaching goals, you're traveling more of the world, you're taking vacations, there's a lot of change in the world in the air. You're moving, maybe. It could be again mentally, maybe to a new house, new job, some type of move, but a lot of momentum. Basically, you built up momentum now, which is pretty good, and you got out of that little rut. You got ideas, things are happening. So now we get to the fourth card, which is going to be the near future. We just fast forward a bit and see how things are going. Now we get 9 of Cups featuring the Otter. So let's go back to Cups. See what it has to say. 9 of Cups. Gratitude, happy, wish fulfillment. Joy, optimistic, happiness, wishes coming true. See the good. Look at the good that can come. Finish doing something. So you completed something, you feel good. You made things come true, wishes come true, even hopes and dreams, or just for the sake of completing something, you did something. You're overfilled with joy, you're optimistic, you're happy because you're like, hey, like, look at me. I did the thing and I'm proud of it. Like, look at my work. And it says you see the good and stuff. Now you look at the good that can come from things or the potential. But either way, you set yourself out to do something. Again, it could be work, it could be friendships, working on relationships, yourself, hobbies, passions. But you did complete something great. You have a lot to show for it. It brought you joy, good vibes everywhere. So very good stuff that you're on a decent, cool path to creativity. Now we're going to get to the 5th and final card, which is the far future, end game, ending credits, final raid boss, long-term results. And we get the Hanged Man featuring a fruit bat. Pretty cool card. Let me go pull up the chart. All right, the Hanged Man. New perspective, let go, surrender, delays, letting go, acceptance, sacrifice, calm, delays again, okay, stuck. So this one is like you got thrown into a tailspin, tornado. Your experience is now broaden your horizons and you see the world maybe differently. Now you see more of the world that you didn't realize, hence the new perspective. It talks about delays because maybe you're adjusting to a new way of being, or maybe projects and things in life you do is now on pause, and now you're just waiting for more to happen. It talks about surrendering and letting go, and just kind of going with the flow. You know, what will be will be, not good or bad. Just things are. It's like this is fine, but like not like the dog meme with the house on fire. Just like literally, this is fine. It's about being calm. So even though you're thrown into this new perspective, you feel relieved and calm and not panicking. It talks about sacrifice. So maybe you worked a long way or hard to get here, but then you had to make some sacrifices along the way. Because nothing's free in this world, or you know, there's pros and cons to everything. But either way, through all your experiences, what you're doing, you have a new perspective or outlook on life, or just perception in general. And you might feel stuck because now it's like, okay, I say this is a video game. You beat the game, the credits rolled. Now what? Do you play a new game? Do you go back, new game plus? You try to speed run it, or does the game just not reset? Because I know some games do that after the credits. It's just like the end, and you have to literally restart or turn off the game to proceed. This could be a huge chapter closing on your life, but then also another one opening, like almost like a theatrical finale or finish to a story. So pretty cool stuff. And now we're going to do a quick bonus oracle card for an extra word of encouragement or extra oomph or fortune cookie, cherry on top, whatever you want to call it. And we get Giordano Bruno. Giordano Bruno. The truth. So maybe be true to yourself. Maybe you're the truth bringer. Maybe you can bring out the truth in others. But it's like you're being truthful, genuine, authentic to yourself. And other people are going to jam and vibe with that and radiate. You're going to radiate with being authentic and genuine. So pretty cool stuff. I hope so. I hope you enjoyed that reading, Jackal of the Mesh. So always cool stuff. Probably going to call it here. It's a good time. How long have I been running? 3.5 hours. I would say that's a decent amount and safe to call it. So let me pull up ending soon. Put my keyboard and stuff back to where it should be. Figure out a raid target. I'm typing that in the wrong window. Good thing There's multiple windows. Let's see, where is my... And now initiate raid. D-Rad Punks. Hey Chip, gonna raid D-Rad Punks. He's currently, someone did a redeem for Grapefruit Punks, but he might have rebranded as Orange Punks. I'm not sure, but you haven't seen him in a while. So we're gonna go visit and say hi. Thanks everyone for hanging out, chilling, lurking, keeping company, talking, everything. Always appreciate it, and we'll see you next time.